You're listening to The Zone, ESPN Radio, 1600 AM, Cedar Rapids.
We now leave our network programming to bring you the following special sports presentation.
The history, the tradition, the fun of Kernels baseball.
It's time for exciting live coverage of Kernels baseball, right here on the Kernels Radio Network. Now, the voice of the Kernels. In his 11th season, here's John Rogers.
It's an overcast and cloudy Sunday afternoon in Battle Creek, Michigan, and the Kernels are set to take on the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays in the third game of our four-game series that the Devil Rays tied at a game apiece last night by virtue of a 12th inning win. That win, even the series at a game apiece, and this afternoon the Kernels send right-hander Nick Adenhart to the hill in quest of his third victory of the season. Welcome to the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. I'm John Rogers, and our guest this afternoon is Kernel leadoff batter, center fielder Brad Kuhn. And Brad, it's unusual that in this afternoon's ball game you're slated to get your first day off of the season. You've played in every game, every inning of every Kernel game, and has fatigue set in at all for you, or is it a welcomed day off for you? How will you approach it?
Well, if I was playing today, I'd play just like any game, but days off aren't always a bad thing. Use your mind, your body, just everything, a chance to recuperate, just for yourself a little bit, after playing so many, straight games and everything. But you never want it, but it's never, it's not a bad thing. It can always help you.
Yeah, you like being in that leadoff slot every single game. I can tell you thrive on it.
Absolutely. You're not out here to, you want to play when you're here.
Now, in this series, you did something a little bit unusual, Brad. You've been batting barehanded the entire year. In this series, I saw you don batting gloves for the first time. Any special reason for that?
Yeah, my hands just get kind of sore sometimes from, the pine tar and just the raw bat on your hands all the time, but the batting gloves won't stay on for very long, just until my hands start feeling a little bit better.
And as far as your approach to the game, being a left-handed hitting leadoff hitter and a left-handed thrower, do you do everything in your regular life, Brad, from eating to writing and all those sorts of things? Are you a all-lefty guy?
Actually, no, I'm predominantly right-handed. Everything I do, if I bowl, I write, everything I do is right-handed, except for some reason I throw and hit left-handed.
So you say for some reason, you're really not sure yourself.
No, I don't remember any instances and a certain reason why, but I just know that anything I do, I eat right-handed. I know I'm predominantly right-handed, except for baseball.
Brad, do you consider yourself ambidextrous? In other words, can you use either hand, and are your arms and hands equally as strong?
I wouldn't say I'm ambidextrous. I'm not, uncoordinated with my other hands, but I wouldn't go as far as saying that I can't throw and hit the other way, but,
But you'll sign an autograph with your right hand?
Yeah, for sure.
Brad, you are from the Midwest, and the Angels typically don't draft a lot of guys from the Midwest, partly because there's ripe talent in warmer weather states. But how did the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim find you at Trevecca Nazarene in Nashville, Tennessee?
It was really just, the right spot at the right time. We have Scout Day at the beginning of every fall season where there's, a scout from every team there, and you run your 60s and hit and throw and all that. And I had a good Scout Day my junior year, and people followed up, and I had a good year. And then my senior year, I ran a 6.5 60, which really, opened people's eyes. And then, I had a good senior season, and here I am.
Well, you mentioned twice there running a 6.5 60 and being timed, and I think that's something that I know myself, I take that for granted, that running speed is a big factor in whether a professional team will sign a guy.
Yeah, they grade you on tools, and that's my tool that I have is my speed. I'm not a power guy, so I have to bunt and, use the small game to my advantage, and, I just have to take advantage of my best tool.
Speaking of bunting, you got aboard last night in the 8th inning with a bunt, and it's the second or third time you've nestled a bunt beautifully between the mound and first base, Brad, and that wreaks havoc on a defense because the pitcher darts to his left to try to field the bunt. The first baseman comes in to his right to try to field the bunt, and if the second baseman doesn't get over to cover, you've got yourself a bunt single.
Yeah, Yeah, as long as that happens, I'll beat somebody to the base. Whether the first baseman fields it, I'll race the pitcher there, and vice versa. But that's my job, is to get on base for Pat and for Mark and Dallas and Travis and all our big guys that are paid to hit drive-in runs. I'm just there to get on base. So whatever I can do to help those guys out, that's my job.
And you did it very well last evening with that bunt single. Brad, center field's a special position. Guys like Willie Mays and Mickey Mantle and Duke Snider played it in New York City during the 40s, or during the 50s rather. A song was written about it. Center field you're kind of the captain of the outfield.
Yeah, center field is where I've played my whole life, and I love it. I take pride in defense. I'd rather take a hit away from somebody than get a hit any day. So, I kind of am the captain of the outfield. We move together, we shift, play guys forward, play guys opposite field, and it's, if one guy's out of place, it's kind of my responsibility. So I enjoy that.
Do you use spray charts to determine your defensive positioning, or do one of the Kernel coaches, say Eric Owens or Bobby Magianis, or even the pitching coach, Kernan Ronan, tell you where to play?
It's a little of both. Early in the season, they help me out a little bit. They help us out, but they really want to get to the point where I can just look at the spray charts and kind of be able to read a guy's swing if he's, if you can tell he's not a straight pull power hitter to play him off. Especially, you got to know our pitcher's arms. Nick's throwing today, throws 90, 93, so not a lot of guys are going to pull him. So you would play him slightly off a little bit, but Robbie and EO definitely has helped me out early in the season. But I want to get to the point where I can do that myself.
Brad, can you actually see the sign that either Brett Martinez or Flint Whipkey dropped down for the pitcher, or is that too far for you to see from center field?
No, I really, if we have a guy played straight up, if he's set up away, I kind of, take a step or two to that direction. If they're playing him inside, if they're pitching him in, fastballs in, you shade one way or the other.
Brad Kuhn is with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. He's played in every inning of all 16 Kernel games this season, and it's a delight to have him alongside. We'll continue our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show interview chat with the Kernel leadoff hitter, who's getting a day off this afternoon, in just one moment. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play. Voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
Kernel leadoff batter, center fielder Brad Kuhn's with us on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. And Brad, you've been a great guest because you've thought about these questions, and we can tell you think and know the game. You love the game. Tell us about why a first base coach, in our case Eric Owens, holds a stopwatch.
Well, that's just for our, some of the guys that can, that are plus speed, me or Stacia, they, knowing the pitcher's time to home plate is the key to stealing bases. You got to be smart. If he tells me he's a 1-1, you got to pick your spots to steal a base. You can't just run. Anything above, anything about 1-2-5 above, I should know that I can beat that throw. If I get a good jump, it'll be bang bang at second base where I'll be able to beat that steal. So that's really a key thing. I need to know. But that, that a lot of that comes along with, learning the game, where eventually I should be able to know, all right, this guy's a little quicker to the plate, where I won't need the stopwatch. But, that's just, for player development and trying to help me learn, pitchers' moves and how quick they're moving to the plate to help me steal bases.
So 1.1 seconds from the time a guy comes to his set position and then releases the ball home, that's an iffy proposition trying to steal second. 1.25 or 1.3 seconds, if Eric Owens tells you it's taking the pitcher that long, you have a pretty good chance, if you get a good jump, of stealing a base.
Yeah. They always say, that you steal bases off the pitcher, not the catcher. So that's a big thing, is the time, and I just want to get to a point where I can learn that myself, and I can get jumps and learn to shut it down if he slide steps or is he quick to the plate. So.
Does Eric whisper that number to you, or is it doesn't matter if the first baseman hears it?
No, everybody knows that, leadoff guys, that's what I do. I run, so it's not like it's a big secret to anybody. So.
You like to steal bases with a head-first slide. Did that come naturally, or did you emulate a guy like a Pete Rose or a Kenny Lofton?
I just couldn't imagine sliding any other way. To break up double plays, you have to slide feet first. I'm even uncomfortable with that just because I'm not good at it. But
so it's a comfort factor for you, and you think you can get to the base faster.
Yeah, absolutely.
Brad, you grew up in the Cleveland area, and I think you told me earlier this spring that you and your dad had a tradition going to Jacobs Field for what occasions?
Me and my dad used to go to opening day for the Indians since Jacobs Field opened in, I think, 92. We went for 7 straight years. So that was a great experience for me, just getting to learn the game. And, my parents were real big on sports, and I think that helped me all the way through.
And those were the best years for the Tribe. They were almost a dynasty in the mid-90s.
Yep, absolutely. That was the funnest part about it. Is just sold out. They had the record for consecutive sellouts, and it was a great experience being a kid and going to the ballpark like that.
Brad, what do your folks do?
My mom's an ophthalmic technician. She's like an eye doctor. She works for an eye doctor. And my dad is in sales. So. And
then finally, when you're sitting this one out for your first day off, what do you imagine yourself doing on the bench? Do you think you'll be studying the pitcher? Do you think you'll be helping the outfielders? How are you going to occupy yourself on this day off?
I'm going to do as much as I can, involved in the game, probably do some charts and just, like you said, learn pitchers and try and pick up times and just do anything I can to improve, my game. So.
And who knows, if we go to extra innings again, you'll probably be in there.
Yep, pinch running or anything. Defense, I'd love to be in there.
Brad Kuhn, this has been just terrific. You have served this ball club so well the first 2.5 weeks, doing what you do best, and you said it, that is getting on base any way possible and then putting pressure on the defense. Brad, when we get back for our 8-game homestand starting this Saturday, please treat yourself to a meal at any of our Zio Giano's spaghetti houses. They have pasta that will make you and your teammates sing. They'll cater to one person like yourself, Brad, or up to 10,001 at Zio Giano's. Enjoy the meal, and thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Jeff.
That's Colonel Leadoff Man Extraordinaire. He is really a great table setter and gives his ball club a chance to win every day and night. Brad Kuhn. Up next, we'll set the starting lineups on this overcast, cool Sunday afternoon. Game 3, series not at a game apiece between the Kernels and Southwest Michigan. This has been the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Turner Communications Triple Play, voice, video, and data with South Slope Cooperative in North Liberty. South Slope's lineup features everything that connects you to information. Digital wireless phones, long-distance plans, data home and business wiring, video conferencing, dial-up and high-speed internet service, fiber optic installation and termination, and digital video TV service in most areas. For all your communication needs, think South Slope. Visit them at southslope.com.
It's an overcast, dreary, cool Sunday afternoon in Cereal City, USA, Battle Creek, Michigan, but we hope to bring a lot of sunshine and warmth into your Sunday afternoon with Game 3 of the Kernel 4-game series against the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays. Welcome to Kernel Baseball here on the Kernel Radio Network. The umpires are carrying a couple of big white satchels of baseballs towards the dirt batting circle, and we're set to bring you the starting lineups for the third game of this series that saw the Kernels pummel the Devil Rays 12-6 Friday night in the series opener, then dropped last night's game in 12 innings 4-3. Cedar Barnes is the skipper of this Devil Ray outfit, and Cedar was drafted originally by Cincinnati in 1978. He's 49 years old, and he played 9 years in the big leagues with the Reds, Montreal, the Cardinals, and the Detroit Tigers. Leading off in center field for Southwest Michigan today is John Matulia. Matulia hitting 170. Neil Walton, a 188 hitting shortstop, will bat second for the Devil Rays. J.T. Hall has 6 hits in this series against the Kernels. He's in left field, Hall batting third. Garrett Gross leads the league in on-base percentage with .466. He's also fifth in the league in batting average with a .348 mark. Garrett Gross is in right field batting a cleanup for the Devil Rays. Hitting fifth is Ryan Hughes, R-H-Y-N-E. Ryan Hughes at first base, bats fifth. The Devil Ray catcher hit sixth. That's Matt Spring. Ryan Bethel came into the game last night as a pinch hitter. He'll start this afternoon at the hot corner and bat seventh. Hitting eighth is the designated hitter who served as a pinch hitter last night, Alex Jameson. Jameson, a catcher by trade, is the DH in hitting eighth. And batting ninth, just 2 for 36 this season, but he reached on an infield single in the 12th inning last night, scored the game-winning run with 2 out on a wild pitch, second baseman Brandon Rusev. On the hill is a flame-throwing lefty for Southwest Michigan, 19-year-old Jake McGee, M-C-G-E-E. McGee was drafted by the Devil Rays in 2004 in the 5th round. Jake is 1-1 and lost 2. He struck out 21 batters in 16 innings, and the league is hitting .276 against him. McGee making his 4th start of the year with a 2.51 ERA. His last start was a very good one. Last Tuesday in Appleton, Wisconsin, he and his mates turned back the Timber Rattlers 4-1, and in that road start, McGee in 6 innings blanked Wisconsin on 4 hits, struck out 8 batters in 6 innings and walked 1. 19-year-old hard-throwing lefty Jake McGee on the hill this afternoon for Southwest Michigan. The Kernels are continuing to loosen up down the left field line, and this is how their lineup will look this afternoon, brought to you by Allen Motor Company. Visit Allen's virtual showroom online by logging onto their website, www.allenmotor.com. That's ALLENMOTOR. Allen's is open late tomorrow evening until 9 o'clock. And let me give you an example of the fabulous bargain savings you can take advantage of right now at the campus, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha. 2005 Buick Centuries are just $198 a month right now, plus your first year's maintenance is on Allen's. So visit Allen Motor Company. They're open until 9 o'clock tomorrow evening, I-380 and Boyson Road, exit 25 in Hiawatha, or online at allenmotor.com. Leading off for the Kernels is Heinle Stacia. You heard from Brad Kuhn on the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show. Kuhn has answered the bell for every inning of all 16 games this year. He gets a day off. Heinle Stacia, the shortstop, leads off. Batting second, Madison Edwards in center field. Patrick Riley gave the Kernels a 3-2 lead with a dramatic 2-out, 2-run triple last night. Riley's in left field, leading the club with a .333 average, hitting third. The Kernel cleanup batter in the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup, Jordan Wren's designated hitter. Hitting fifth, Brett Martinez. Martinez will catch. Mark Trumbo will be at first base in the Allen Motor Company order and bat sixth. Hitting seventh at third base, Ryan Leahy. Leahy has played in the first 2 games of this series at second base. He's at third base today. Warner Madrigal threw a man out trying to go from second to third in extra innings last night. Warner's in right field hitting eighth, and batting ninth, switch hitting infielder Larry Infante. Larry's at second base. Colonel, 19-year-old Los Angeles Angel of Anaheim highly heralded prospect Nick Adenhart will make his 4th start of the season this afternoon on this overcast, cool day. Nick is 2-0 on the year with a 1.93 earned run average. Adenhart has struck out 19 and 18 2/3 innings, walked only 5. He, like his opponent, Jake McGee, was brilliant in his last start. The Kernels turned back West Michigan last Tuesday night at Veterans Memorial Stadium 4-1. Nick Adenhart, 6 2/3 innings, allowed no runs on 3 hits, struck out 8, and walked 1. That's the Allen Motor Company Kernel starting lineup. The umpires this afternoon are wearing gray slacks, and each of them is wearing a dark blue navy pullover jacket. the umpires are sponsored by Anderson and Brown Eye Care. Dr. Tom Anderson and Dr. Todd Brown now practice in a state-of-the-art, beautiful modern facility on Boyson Road in Hiawatha, and they're a full-service eye care. You can have your eyes examined at Anderson and Brown Eye Care and then be fitted for glasses or contact lenses. They're open in the evening and have Saturday hours. The building and exam rooms are wheelchair accessible at Anderson and Brown Eye Care, where things are coming in to focus. Anderson and Brown Eye Care sponsoring our umpires. The respective managers, Bobby Magianis of the Kernels, Cedar Barnes of the Devil Rays, now are marching back to their respective dugouts. The Kernels in the third base dugout here at C.O. Brown Stadium, and the Devil Rays in the first base dugout. Southwest Michigan has a bit of a different look this afternoon. They're wearing their black knit batting practice tops with white numbers, wearing white pants and green caps. The Kernels, meanwhile, continue to look great in their all-gray road uniforms. The ball club the last several years has worn their red knit batting practice tops on the road quite a bit, and that's fine, but I'm a traditionalist, and I think it's great that all season long the Kernels are in their gray road uniforms. Last night they wore their all-navy blue caps. This afternoon the Kernels are donning their all-red caps. Nick Adenhart continues to warm up down the left field line for the Kernels, and lefty Jake McGee has just a couple of warm-up. Well, he's stopped throwing in the right field bullpen. It's overcast here today and cool, 55 degrees. A light breeze is blowing from the left field foul pole towards the right field foul pole. We've been reporting, sadly, this is the last season of professional baseball here in Cereal City, USA. This franchise has been sold to a group funded by Dow Chemical in Midland, Michigan, 3 hours north of here, and they've just broken ground this past couple of days for the $35 million ballpark that will house a concourse. The concourse can be closed during the winter and be used for flea markets and various exhibitions and events. So the Dow Chemical Company is putting big dollars into the new ballpark in Midland, Michigan. We're back at home this Saturday, a 5 o'clock start against the South Bend Silverhawks. 5 o'clock start, and then Sunday is our first Family Fun Sunday of the year at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The gates will open at 1. Popcorn's only $1. The Kernels will be signing autographs on the field from 1:20 to 1:40, and then Velocity Sports Performance will invite you to run the bases after the game and play catch on the field. A week from today, our first Sunday Family Fun Day. Let's pause to honor America here at C.O. Brown Stadium with the singing of the Star-Spangled Banner. A terrific baritone singing the Star-Spangled Banner here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Game 3, the Kernels and Devil Rays. The Kernel loss last night, coupled with the Beloit defeat, and the Kernels remain in a two-way tie for second place in the Western Division first half standings of the Midwest League, 2 lengths behind Kane County. The Cougars are 11-5. The Kernels and Beloit 9-7. The Swing of the Quad Cities a game behind the Kernels and Beloit. They're 8-8. And then Burlington, Peoria, and Wisconsin are 7 and 9. The Clinton Lumber Kings are in 8th place in the 8-team Western Division, 5 and 11. This Devil Ray Ball Club is in 4th place in the 6-team Eastern Division of the league. They are 7 and 9 and 4 games back of the Lansing Lugnuts. Those Lugnuts are the team that will take on the second leg of this road trip starting Tuesday night in the state capitol. Getting back to next Sunday, it's our first Sunday Family Fun Day. The game starts at 2 o'clock. It's Viola Gibson Elementary School Day, and it's a fabulous opportunity for you to experience baseball and entertainment at its finest with Dollar Popcorn. Dollar Popcorn. The Kernels will be on the field in front of their first base dugout from 1:20 until 1:40 signing autographs, and then Velocity Sports Performance will allow you to come down on the field and run the bases after the game and play catch. We'll mark down our game time temperature, 55 degrees. Last evening it dipped down into the about 58 degrees. It's overcast, a few sprinkles earlier this afternoon, but everything looks A-OK right now for 6'3", 190-pound Jake McGee making his 4th start of the year. McGee, in 14 1/3 innings, has given up 16 hits, struck out 21 batters in 14 1/3, and walked only 5. He's won 1 and lost 2, and he shut out Wisconsin last Tuesday night in Appleton for 6 innings in posting a 4-1 victory. We're set for baseball. Heinle Stacia is the first man up for the Kernels, and he's batting right-handed. The switch hitter Stacia in there at the leadoff slot for the first time second time, I believe, this season. No, first time. And McGee's first pitch is a fastball low, ball 1. Heinle batting .262, no home runs, 5 RBIs, and 5 doubles. Fastball high, and it's 2-0. Playing well off the line at third, and even with the base is Ryan Bethel for the black shirt-clad Southwest Michigan Devil Rays. Ball 3 is way high from Jake McGee. Heinle, nothing for 5 last night. Hit .300 for the Orem Owls last year. There's strike 1 called on the outside corner. McGee works quickly. He has very flat shoulders, and he's a tall lefty. Ball 4 down and in, and Heinle Stacia picks right up where Brad Kuhn left off. Kuhn drew a walk in the first inning in last night's game, and Heinle Stacia, with his 4 steals and 5 tries, is aboard at first. The batter, Madison Edwards. Stacia being held at first by Rhyne Hughes. I have to say his name like the Rhine River in Germany, because it's, there goes Stacia. A pitch in the dirt, or a strike rather. It was dropped by the catcher, and that's a stolen base for Stacia. Alex Jamison dropped the pitch at the knees to Madison Edwards, strike 1. And Heinle Stacia's at second with nobody out. With his 5th steal of the year, the Kernels have reached a milestone. That's their league-high 30th stolen base of the season. Edwards is a left-handed batter, and he swings hard and misses, strike 2. Madison in 7 games, batting .154. No homers, 1 RBI. Edwards went to Texas Tech. He was thrown out trying to steal second as a pinch runner for Warner Madrigal last night in the 12th inning. He has a tough task. He's in the hole 0-2 against this hard-throwing lefty, Jake McGee. Swing and a miss on a fastball. So Madison just couldn't catch up to the high heat. He's gone on strikes, and it'll be another left-handed batter, Patrick Riley, to try to catch up with this blazing fastball from the lefty. McGee last season started 14 games in the New York Penn League with Hudson Valley, was 5-4 with a 3.64 ERA. In 76 2/3 innings, he struck out 89 and only walked 23. Patrick Riley rests his bat on his back shoulder, open stance. Ball 1 is low and inside. Heinle Stacia at second. 1 away, top of the first inning. Great to have you with us wherever you're tuned in. I understand it's sunny and 72 degrees back in the city of Five Seasons. Riley is jammed with the pitch and handcuffed. He swings and misses for strike one. J.T. Hall is playing very near the line in left, and John Matulia in center is shifted at least 50 feet to his right, to our left. In other words, they're playing Patrick Riley to hit the other way. The next pitch is a fastball low, and that's all the Kernels have seen from hard-throwing lefty Jake McGee. Fastballs, fastballs, fastballs. McGee is wearing a green long-sleeve shirt underneath his black Southwest Michigan knit top. He comes set below the chin, looks at Stacia, and misses high and in. It's 3-1 now to Patrick Riley. Patrick only had one hit last night and 5 trips, but it was a turning point in the game. It vaulted the Kernels from a 2-1 hole into a 3-2 lead, a 2-out, 2-run triple in the 8th inning. Swing and a miss on a fastball. The count full now. There is no speed pitch indicator here, but I see a couple of starting pitchers with radar guns behind the plate, and I'll try to pick up what some of these pitches are. I would guess in the low to mid-90s. A high fly ball into right center, a long way to go to his left for Matulia. He's there and has it. Patrick Riley flies to center, 2 away here in the first inning for the Kernels, and let's see if a right-handed batter, Jordan Rhyne, can handle this lefty and come up with a 2-out RBI. Rhyne was 1 for 5 last night. He's 3 for 10 in the series. Jordan hitting .308, 1 home run, 8 RBIs for the Kernel cleanup batter, Jordan Rhyne. Southwest Michigan's outfield plays Jordan straight away. Rhyne's playing bare-armed on this cool Sunday afternoon. Wraps one to third. Backhanded by Bethel. Ryan throws in time to get Jordan Rhyne. Rhyne hit it hard on the ground, but right at the third baseman to end the inning. No runs, a walk, a stolen base, no hits for the Kernels in the first, no double-ray errors, and the Kernels leave 1 man aboard. And after 1/2 inning, it's the Kernels nothing, Southwest Michigan coming to bat. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wig from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
More of what you're looking for, just yourself.
Pair of 19-year-olds coming off brilliant outings last Tuesday. Nick Adenhart with a 4-1 win at home against the Whitecaps, and lefty Jake McGee with a 4-1 win last Tuesday in Appleton, Wisconsin over the Timber Rattlers. And McGee walked the leadoff batter in the Kernel first. Stacia stole second, but was stranded as the next 3 Kernel hitters were retired. John Matulia, left-handed hitter for the Devil Rays, is first up. Matulia was a 10th-round pick by Tampa Bay in 2005. hit .362 in 27 games with Princeton in the Appalachian League. John singled leading off the 10th inning last night, sacrificed the winning run to second base in the 11th inning. He was 1 for 4. Adenhart pumps in a fastball low for ball 1. Ryan Leahy is playing even with the base at third, about 9 feet off the line. The left-handed hitting Matulia takes low for ball 2. Leahy at third, Stacia at short. The second baseman today, Larry Infante, and Mark Trumbo over at first. Matulia ahead 2-0. And a fastball just below the belt makes it 2 balls, 1 strike. Lots of action in the major leagues. We'll keep you abreast as this afternoon progresses here in Battle Creek on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Ball 3 is downstairs from Nick Adenhart. In 18 2/3 innings, this 19-year-old Colonel right-hander has only allowed 9 hits. A full windup and the pitch. Strike 2. And it's a full count now. Matulia, no homers, 4 RBIs. Left-handed hitter, straightaway stance. He was signed out of high school. A high fly ball drifting into right center on the run. Madison Edwards flags it down. Madison Edwards is a left-handed batter, but throws right-handed, and he had to come a long way to his left to glove that high fly ball into the right center field alley. It was hit shallow, and Edwards caught it 1 away here in the bottom of the first inning. No score. Neil Walton is batting .188 on the young year. No homers, 1 RBI. Walton 2 for 10 in this series. Takes strike 1 called. Neil Walton singled with 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th and then scored an unearned run to tie the game at 3. Ball 1 in the dirt off the glove of Brett Martinez. Patrick Riley's in left. Edwards in center, and he's playing way around into right center, and Warner Madrigal in right. The sun is not shining today. It's been dreary and overcast. A fastball is popped foul towards the first base stands, and Mark Trumbo chases over, but there's no play. It's strike 2 now to right-handed hitting Neil Walton. Walton uses a black lacquer bat, wears his white home pants all the way down to his shoe tops. The Devil Rays with that new look I mentioned, black knit batting practice tops with white numbers. Green caps. Their batting helmets are black. Adenhart's ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes. And a pitch right in on the batter's hands. He checks his swing and dribbles it 3 feet to the right of home plate foul. It's still 1-2 on Neil Walton. As a team, Southwest Michigan batting .227, 12th in the 14-team Midwest Circuit. A high drive into straightaway center. Now it drifts a bit into right center. Madison Edwards has a beat on it and tucks it away for the second out. So the first 2 Devil Ray hitters have played pepper with Kernels center fielder Madison Edwards. He's in there today replacing Brad Kuhn. Brad was our South Slope Communications Triple Play Show guest and said that, yeah, you can do some things with a day off, refresh yourself mentally and physically, watch the game from a different perspective, but Brad said he likes to be in there every single day. J.T. Hall is a left-handed hitting number 3 hitter, and Adenhart paints the outside corner with a fastball, strike 1 to J.T. Hall, who's hitting .310. He's been a handful in this series. A changeup is low. Hall is 6 for 11 in the series. 3 for 6 last night, scored in the 6th inning to break a 1-1 tie. Ball 2 downstairs. Nick Adenhart is very smooth, fluid, and almost effortless in his delivery. He has what is known as a full windup. He starts with his hands right below his chin, raises them above his head, and then rocks and brings a strike in. 2-2 to J.T. Hall. No score, bottom of the first inning. Bases empty, 2 away for the Devil Rays. Hall looks at a pitch just low. The left side of the Colonel infield was starting to trot towards the third base dugout. They thought that was strike 3 called. And for the second time this inning, a Devil Ray hitter has run the count full. Hall smokes it over the head of the Colonel pitcher. One hot bullet in front of Madison Edwards, the 7th hit of the series for J.T. Hall. That almost undressed Nick Adenhart. He reached up to try to stop that scalding line drive, and before you could blink, it was in Madison Edwards' glove for a one-hop single. 7 hits in the series for J.T. Hall. We just haven't figured out how to pitch him, or he has no weaknesses, one of the two. 1 on, 2 out for Garrett Gross, hitting .348, right-handed batter. Rocks his bat back and forth, kind of like Gary Sheffield with that hitch in his wrist, and strike 1 is in on the outside corner to Gross. Groce. Doubled and scored in the 4th last night to tie the game at 1. He went 2 for 5. Garrett takes just low. The Kernels wanted the call, didn't get it from the independent umpire behind the plate. It's a cool, cloudy, overcast Sunday afternoon. I'm surprised these independent umpires haven't asked for the lights to be put on. A changeup drifts outside, and it's cut on and missed for strike 2. Garrett Gross is in the hole. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Hall has a good-sized lead at first. He's not running, and a changeup, a swing and a miss. Garrett Gross down on strikes to end the Southwest Michigan first. First strikeout for Nick Adenhart. No runs for the Devil Rays in the first. 1 hit. There were no Colonel errors. Southwest Michigan leaves a runner aboard. We go to the second on this gloomy, dank, overcast, cool Sunday afternoon with the Kernels and Southwest Michigan scoreless. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Cedar Rapids' oldest wholesale greenhouse is also Cedar Rapids' full-service landscaping and lawn care center. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has been serving eastern Iowans for 50 years at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road, behind Guppy's on the Go. Cedar Rapids Greenhouses has a full line of trees and shrubs like magnolias, maples, and lilacs. And for a limited time, buy any potted tree and Cedar Rapids Greenhouses will deliver and plant it free. If you're searching for the right beautification project, let the trained landscape designers at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses help you create a unique plan for your home. From retaining walls to ponds, waterfalls, and fountains, they'll work within your budget and taste, and they do free estimates. Lawn care featuring mowing, fertilization, seeding, sodding, aeration, dethatching, maintenance, and cleanup are all done with care and precision. For the highest quality and low prices, see the difference at Cedar Rapids Greenhouses, Eastern Iowa's full-service landscapers at the corner of Johnson Avenue and Edgewood Road.
Hi, I'm Phil Andrews, your local Pekin insurance agent at Andrews Insurance in Cedar Rapids. I'd like to introduce you to an easy-to-understand, affordable life insurance plan with great benefits. It's simplified issue whole life from Pekin Insurance. The plan requires no medical exam, has guaranteed rates for life, and a guaranteed cash value. Life insurance made simple and affordable from Pekin Insurance. To learn more, contact me, Phil Andrews, at Andrews Insurance.
To the second inning we go. No score here in Battle Creek. A light mist is falling, and Brett Martinez, the Colonel catcher, first up here in the second inning. Brett's hitting .289. No home runs, 6 RBIs for Brett Martinez. Last night's game, although it took 12 innings, was played in 3 hours and 12 minutes. That's very modest for a 12-inning game. Fastball low and outside to Brett. Ball 1. Brett singled leading off the second and scored last night to give the Colonels a 1-0 lead. He was 1 for 5. Ball 2 in the dirt from Jake McGee. Each club put a runner aboard in the first. The Colonels on a walk. Devil Rays on a 2-out hit. There's a fastball pumped in for a strike to Brett Martinez. McGee broke into pro ball 2 seasons ago. Started 12 games with Princeton in the Appalachian League. His changeup is dribbled foul to the end of the Colonel third base dugout. Strike 2 on Brett Martinez. McGee posted a 5-1 record with Princeton in 2004. 3.97 ERA. The 2-2 to Martinez. Fastball, and it's squirted foul to the base of the backstop. 18 pale blue steel girders support a tall grandstand roof here at C.O. Brown Stadium, where it's 402 feet to dead center, a 16-foot high dark green hitter's eye, and a fastball swung on and missed. Strike three on Brett Martinez, one away here in the Kernels' second inning. No score. The scoreboard is the old-fashioned scaled-down model, nothing fancy about it. It has a slot that says at bat, and it puts the number of the batter on that in that slot. Then ball, strike, out. A column for hit or error for the scorekeeper, or for people keeping score, and then an inning by inning account of the score. Strike one on the outside edge to Mark Trumbo. Now a fastball way outside. It's 1-1. A column for runs, hits, and errors, and that's, well, there's a top panel that flashes the name of the batter and his statistics. A changeup drops in. It fooled Mark Trumbo. Strike two. Jake McGee, like Nick Adenhart, is a very accomplished pitcher for a 19-year-old. The lefty has his sign and brings it. Swing and a miss. So the first two Kernels have gone down on strikes, swinging here in the second inning. 3 strikeouts for this flame-throwing lefty, Jake McGee. PRC is proud to support the communities where their employees live and work. The former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, and this year PRC's Community Care will be bringing food home to our community every time the Kernels wallop a home run. It's their Home Runs for the Hungry campaign. $25 donated by PRC to the Haycap Food Reservoir for every Kernel home run. Ball one is low to Ryan Leahy. Leahy is hitting .257. No homers, 1 RBI. Ryan's the grandfather of this team. He bunts up the first baseline. He has a chance to beat it out. And he dives to first and makes it. Ryan Leahy with a head-first belly flop. He may be sore in the ribs tomorrow, but he beats out a bunt. The first baseman, Hughes, picked it up, shoveled it to the pitcher covering, and down in a belly flop, kerplunk position right on top of the base, went Ryan Leahy for the first Kernel hit of this game. Oh, what an inspirational player 24-year-old Ryan Leahy is for this ball club. He bunts his way on, and that brings up Madrigal, a throw to first, and Leahy back standing up. Leahy bunted it to the right of home plate, to the left of the mound, at least to the left of the pitcher, Jake McGee. He raced to the base, got the toss from the first baseman, but Leahy was able to dive on top of the base head first, and he made it. Swing and a miss by Warner Madrigal. Warner's batting .263 this year. We've got to get him going a little bit more. He hit 15 home runs last year. This year, no homers, 2 RBIs for the Kernel number 8 hitter, Warner Madrigal. Swing and a miss, strike two. And this is something to see, a lefty just rearing back and saying, okay, guys, if you can hit my fastball, take your best swing, because I don't think you can. And so far, the Kernels have been late on their swings. Let's see if McGee comes right after Madrigal, a throw to first, and Leahy back standing up. No score, top of the second inning. In Battle Creek, where the Kernels and Devil Rays have split the first two in this series. Leahy dancing off first. The lefty pauses. And now fires just low. Ball one to Warner Madrigal. The Kernels have socked 5 home runs this season, and that's a $125 total that PRC has contributed to the Haycap Food Reservoir for Lynn County. A pitch out, and Leahy holding it first. Ball 2 to Warner Madrigal. He steps out, rubs some dirt into his white and red batting gloves. Warner wearing a long-sleeve red shirt underneath his gray road Kernel uniform top. Right-handed batter with a straightaway stance. 2 out, and the 2-2. Loop down the right field line, tailing away and out of play beyond the reach of Garrett Gross. Well, credit Warner. He got the bat on the ball and sent it soaring foul down the right field line. Southwest Michigan is 4-3 here at C.O. Brown Stadium, 3-6 on the road. 7-9 overall. Leahy not running, and ball 3 whistles inside to Madrigal. Their pitching staff is ranked 11th in the 14-team Midwest League with a 4.14 ERA, but this tall lefty Jake McGee's ERA is 2.51. Well, Ryan Leahy will be running now with 2 out and the count full on Madrigal. The first baseman, Ryan Hughes, will now step over and hold Leahy. So that's how concerned the Devil Rays are about Leahy. They know he's running. They just don't want to let him get a flying start, so they hold him at first. A throw over there, and Ryan is back standing up. Eric Owens with a quilted line red Kernel jacket with long gray sleeves is coaching at first. And likewise, Bobby Magallanes is draped in a Kernel quilted line jacket on this cool Sunday. There goes Leahy. Ball 4 downstairs, and Warner Madrigal crawls out of an 0-2 hole and bilks a walk out of the lefty, his second of the day. That'll give Larry Infante, a switch hitter, a chance to put the Kernels ahead here in the early going. I said Larry was a switch hitter. He is only a left-handed batter. He's not a switch hitter. Ball 1 downstairs to Infante. Larry is listed as a switch hitter, but he's batting exclusively left-handed. From Venezuela, he's seen his first action in this series. Larry Infante, batting 125. And he corks the next pitch foul up into the screen. It's a 1-1 count on Infante. The center fielder, John Matulia, is swayed way around into left center, and he's playing very shallow. A breeze blowing in from left center field. A lollipop curve over the head of Infante for ball 2. It looks, well, we know McGee's pitch, his out pitch, is his fastball. He has a fairly good changeup, but has not shown any command of a breaking pitch yet. Infante swats the next pitch foul up into the net, connecting the backstop to the grandstand roof. I wondered, I said earlier in the first inning, why aren't the lights on? And they've now been turned on. That's how dark of a Sunday afternoon it is here in Southwest Michigan, where the Kernels have 2 on, 2 out, and Larry Infante taking the 2-2 pitch high, ball 3. Now the runners will go again. Leahy from second, Madrigal from first. They'll be running. There, well, the lefty spins and looks Ryan Leahy back to second base. Now McGee is set. And the 3-2 is popped foul off to the left. Well, Larry Infante has had a very good at-bat from his number 9 position in the Allen Motor Company batting order. He has fouled off a number of pitches, and he's hanging tough, trying to put the ball in play. There go the runners, and a swing and a miss to end the inning. So McGee makes it exciting, gives up a bunt, single, and a walk, but winds up striking out the Kernel side in the second. No runs. 1 hit, a bunt, single by Leahy, a walk, no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave a pair and have stranded 3. Nick Adenhart back to the hill as we go to the home half of the second. Kernels nothing, Devil Rays nothing. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
It's unheard of, an industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Keel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Hy-Vee, the most respected and recognized brand name in our entire great state. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees value the vital role professional baseball plays in our community's fabric. Our treasured tradition of affordable, wholesome entertainment that brings families, friends, work colleagues, and customers together for lifelong memories. Your Cedar Rapids and Marion Hy-Vees are proud to support the best thing going in eastern Iowa, the wonder of Kernels baseball.
Rhyne Hughes is first up for the Devil Rays, a left-handed batter with a .231 average, no homers, 5 RBIs. The first pitch to Hughes is slapped hard into left for a leadoff single. Ryan Hughes from Pearl River Community College has his 5th hit in this series as he went the other way and drilled it into left, getting it back in. Pat Riley. 1 pitch and a base hit to open up the Devil Rays' 2nd inning. Hughes has been a tough out in this series. 5 hits and 10 at-bats. He's at first, no steals in 1 attempt, and the batter is Matt Spring, a swing and a miss by Spring, a right-handed hitter. Matt is the catcher, and he wears his socks up high like an old guard player, green socks. Spring with the leadoff double in the 7th last night. He was 1 for 5. He was gunned out, though, trying to go from 2nd to 3rd on a fly ball to right. Warner Madrigal threw the runner, Spring out. Now a pitch in the dirt. Brett Martinez having trouble. It skids all the way toward the on-deck circle of the Devil Rays, or the on-deck hitter, and it's a pass ball on Brett Martinez. I believe that's a pass ball. We'll have to double-check. There's no way of knowing until we go over to the scorer's area to know what the rulings are on these. But Brett Martinez, for some reason, has been struggling a little bit catching recently. He's just gone into a defensive funk. And now a base hit into right should put the Devil Rays ahead. Rounding third is Ryan Hughes, and he holds as Madrigal gets to it and fires a strike into the cutoff man, Trumbo. Ryan Hughes had to hold at third as Matt Springs sliced it into right. And it's 1st and 3rd, nobody out. Southwest Michigan with a terrific chance now to take the lead in this ball game. 1st and 3rd, nobody out. No sign of Kernan Ronan, the Colonel pitching coach. Nick Adenhart will have to try to get a pop-up, strikeout, or double play. A double play would score a run, and the Colonel infielders are playing at double play depth for Alex Jamison, left-handed hitting catcher. The Colonels had runners at 1st and 2nd with 2 out in the top of the 2nd inning, and Jake McGee struck out Larry Infante on a 3-2 pitch. The first delivery from Adenhart looked like a strike, but they called it low for ball 1. Left-handed hitting catcher Jamison takes a strike at the knees. Ryan Bethel. Ryan Bethel is the batter. Bethel, a switch hitter, batting left. 133 hitter. No homers, 2 RBIs. Ryan Bethel out of Grand Canyon University. He's 24 years old. And he corks it foul, just foul outside first. That would have scored 2 runs, but it was foul by inches. A lot of the games being played in the Eastern Time Zone where we are well along in the big leagues, and we'll have a look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard in just a little bit. Ball 2 just missed low and inside. Boy, oh boy, Nick Adenhart isn't getting any help from the independent umpire behind home plate on borderline pitches, I'll tell you that for sure. First and third, nobody out as the Devil Rays' Ryan Bethel waits and backs away from a changeup low and in, ball 3. No score, bottom of the second inning, and Southwest Michigan with runners at first and third and nobody out. Nick Adenhart set. He checks third and then whirls and throws to first, and that runner, Matt Spring, dove back in safely. Hughes at third, Spring at first. And a tap to short should be a double play. Heinle Stacia reaches up and has it, steps on second and throws to first for the 6-3 twin killing. A double play off the bat of Ryan Bethel. Ryan Hughes scores from third to give the Southwest Michigan Devil Rays an early 1-0 lead. But Nick Adenhart got just what he wanted, a one-hopper that almost vaulted over the head of Heinle Stacia. Heinle had to reach high up in the air like he was doing a pull-up. He brought the ball down, took 3 steps, and forced Matt Spring at second, and then threw across to Mark Trumbo for the 6-3 double play. 1-0 Southwest Michigan. Alex Jamison, the DH, is ahead 2-0. Jamison pinch hit last night. And he swings late and misses, strike one. Jamison retired as a pinch hitter, leading off the 7th on a fly ball to left. Alex hitting .350, no home runs, 2 runs driven in. 1-0 Devil Rays here in the second. And a strike on the inside edge from Nick Adenhart. Alex Jamison is from Jacksonville University. Bats from a low crouch, a wide stance, left-handed hitter. Changeup floats high, and the count full now to the number 8 hitter. Payoff pitch. Tip foul into the mid of Brett Martinez. That's strike 3, and it ends the Devil Rays second. Nick Adenhart had a first and third, nobody out jam with which to contend with, and he allowed only 1 run on 2 hits. A pass ball, no Kernel errors, a double play. Devil Rays leave the bases empty. Kernels come to bat in the top of the third, trailing early 1-0. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Smelly cat, smelly cat.
What are you playing, Nigel?
I was just trading plays with you from friends. She's so funny. She's wicked.
Cool. You know, Sierra Mist and TBS have their Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes, where you can really trade places with your favorite characters and win the ultimate sitcom getaway. Yeah, just go to TBS.com to enter. You can win the Friends Ross and Rachel honeymoon trip to Vegas. There's also a trip to see where the Seinfeld gang hung out in New York City, or an Everybody Loves Raymond trip to a golf resort in California.
The Trade Places with the Funniest Faces sweepstakes. Just watch Friends on TBS and enter at TBS.com. Brought to you by Sierra Mist. It's that refreshing. No purchase necessary. Internet access required. Subject to official rules at TBS.com. Open to legal residents of the continental U.S. 18 or older. Void where prohibited. Ends 5/16/06.
Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communications.
Southwest Michigan scores an unearned run in the bottom of the second. Unearned because a pass ball was assessed to Brett Martinez that allowed Ryan Hughes to go from first to second. He went to third on a base hit to right by Matt Spring and scored on a double play. Top of the order for the Kernels here in the top of the third, and ball 1 low and away from lefty Jake McGee to Heinle Stacia. He walked and stole second in the first inning. Stacia lifts it foul. There will be a play for Ryan Hughes in front of the grandstand. He has it. Heinle Stacia fouls out to first, one away here in the Kernel third inning. State Farm Insurance agents Brad Dunn, Dale Thompson, Jerry Schubat, and Al Shetler bring us this initial look at the State Farm Major League scoreboard. In the American League at Yankee Stadium, the Bombers leading Baltimore 7-1 in the top of the ninth. They're in the top of the ninth at Rogers Center in Toronto, and the Red Sox hold a 6-3 advantage over the Blue Jays. The White Sox are mauling the Twins 7-2 at U.S. Cellular Park. That's in the top of the eighth. And in the bottom of the eighth at the ballpark in Arlington, the Rangers 8, Tampa Bay 3. The ball one is low to Madison Edwards, who struck out his first time up. Madison gets the bat on the ball and lifts one foul over the third base stand, strike one. The Royals are ahead of Cleveland, top of the seventh at Kauffman Stadium, 4-1 Kansas City. And the Kernel parent club, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, have scored a run in the top of the first, and they lead Oakland 1-0. Edwards tries to bunt his way on and lifts it foul right behind home plate into the screen, strike two to Madison. The Tigers are the talk of the state here in Michigan. They've won 4 in a row. They're batting in the top of the first, no score against Seattle. No finals yet in the National League as Madison Edwards wraps a curveball on 3 hops to Brandon Rusev, and Madison is thrown out by the second baseman, 2 away here in the Kernel third inning, 1-0 Devil Rays. In the National League, in the bottom of the eighth, the Phillies are playing at Citizens Bank Ballpark. They lead Florida 4-2. The Mets are stomping the Brewers 8-0 at Miller Park. They're in the bottom of the sixth at Miller Park. Cincinnati 8, Milwaukee 0. Houston is ahead of Pittsburgh 7-2 in the top of the eighth at Minute Maid Park. A breaking pitch is just inside. Ball one to Patrick Riley. The Cubs are dismantling the Cardinals in the top of the eighth at Busch Stadium 7-0. Colorado in the bottom of the fourth, playing at Coors Field, leads the Giants 1-0. And it's the Mets and Padres, that one on the West Coast. 1-0 San Diego. They're batting in the bottom of the first. A line drive whistles foul into the right field Devil Ray bullpens. Count remains the count goes to 1-2 on Pat Riley. The Diamondbacks and Dodgers are clashing at Chavez Ravine. They're scoreless, just underway, and the game you'll hear tonight here in the zone, the Braves and Nationals at RFK Stadium. McGee delivers low and outside, and it's 2-2 to Pat Riley. 2 away, nobody on for the Kernels here in the top of the third inning. Southwest Michigan leads it 1-0. Patrick bounces one to second. Rusev gloves it cap high and fires to first, and the Kernels put the ball in play 3 times. That's an improvement from the second inning when McGee fanned the side, but the top 3 in the Kernel order are gone in order. And as the Devil Rays come to bat in the bottom of the third, they hold a 1-0 lead over the Kernels. And you're enjoying Kernel baseball this afternoon here on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah?
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now do you see it? Ah, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Ooh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your Guarantee Banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
The feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank.
Your kind of life.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Materials your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the brick, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects.
Well, we're sorry about that. I hit a wrong button on this screen, so we'll hear from King's Material in their entirety in just a little bit. I was premature on my index finger there. Brandon Rusev, 2 for 36 this year, an 12th inning leadoff single last night, scored the winning run on a wild pitch, and he's late on a Nick Adenhart delivery and fouls it straight back to the right, strike one. 1-0, Southwest Michigan. They scored an unearned run in the second inning on a pair of singles and a double play. The run unearned due to a pass ball. Rusev, late again, swats the 0-1 pitch into the first base stands. There are 4 rows of red seats, box seats, here at C.O. Brown Stadium, and they are 10 feet above the playing field. The dugouts are a bit of a misnomer. They're more like bunkers underneath the stands, and they don't have steps that you have to worry about go down. Adenhart's 0-2 is just low. Nick hasn't been getting borderline pitches from this plate umpire. Outfield plays Rusev to hit the other way, and Brandon takes high and away ball 2. Brandon Rusev from New Orleans, 21 years old, right-handed batter. From Meridian Community College in Mississippi, and he dribbles one to shallow third. Leahy will have a tough play, and he throws it underneath the glove of Trumbo. That'll be an error on Ryan Leahy. Ryan had to charge in and get rid of it quickly. Mark Trumbo tried to help Ryan out by stretching towards the second base side of first, but the ball sunk underneath Mark's glove, and Brandon Rusev is aboard as the number 9 hitter. The Kernels just haven't played with a lot of spunk yet this afternoon. They look a little bit trying to think of the right word, a little bit lethargic. There goes the runner, a pitch inside, the throw to second, and Brett Martinez sets a spark or a fire underneath his teammates as he pegs out Brandon Rusev. Heinle Stacia took the peg, and Brandon Rusev, who reached on an error, is promptly thrown out. Martinez to short. Stacia tagged out Brandon Rusev as the batter, John Matulia, took inside ball 1. Now Bobby Magallanes is out barking at the plate umpire. He thinks, and I think Bobby's right, that Matulia swung at that pitch. You could hear Bobby all the way up here pleading his case on the behalf of the pitcher, Nick Adenhart. Matulia swung at the first pitch. He offers it this second one and bloops it foul into the screen behind home plate. Beyond or above the 4 rows of red box seats here at C.O. Brown Stadium are 20 rows of aluminum-backed bleachers. A ground ball wrapped to short. Heinle Stacia has it and throws the batter out for the second out here in the third inning. John Matulia has grounded out to short, and with the bases empty and 2 gone, Neil Walton at the plate. Walton flew out to center his first time up. And let me tell you, those aluminum-backed bleachers are not very inviting on a 53-degree Sunday afternoon with no sunshine and a grandstand roof hovering above. Lots of folks here bundled up in blankets and parkas and sweatshirts and jackets and sleeping bags, sweaters, some folks even with hoods. A curve is a beauty, a strike to Walton. Now Nick fires low and outside for ball 1. 1-0 Devil Rays here in the bottom of the third inning. Walton takes low and outside for ball 2. Beyond the outfield wall here is a thick grove of trees, and they're starting to bud. They're green sprouts, a mixture of dark brown and fluorescent green beyond the outfield wall. Walton spanks the 2-2 pitch toward the Kernel third base dugout. It's still 2-2 to Neil Walton. Brandon Rusev reached on a throwing error by Ryan Leahy to open this inning, but he was promptly thrown out trying to steal second by Brett Martinez, and now ball 3 drifts inside to Neil Walton. Bobby Magianis told me today at brunch that in his 5 years with the Angel organization, swing and a miss on a pitch down and away. Walton fans, the third strikeout for Nick Adenhart. Bobby told me that in his 5 years with the Angels that this pitcher, Nick Adenhart, has been the one that has impressed him the most, and that's saying a lot with the dearth of pitching talent in the Angel organization. Bobby noting that he's most impressed with today's hurler, Nick Adenhart, who pitches around an error. No runs for Southwest Michigan in the third. There were no hits, one error, a man caught trying to steal second, nobody left by the Devil Rays. We go to the top of the fourth with the Southwest Michigan club leading the Kernels 1-0. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
The hottest feature in beautiful Veterans Memorial Stadium is the coolest place. It's the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. How can you and your friends relax and splash it up from the most coveted spot at the ballpark? Simply register at Center Point in Westdale Mall and listen to Mix 96.5. If you're selected as the winner, you'll enjoy the ultimate entertainment experience. AquaJet Stream Comfort atop the left field wall in the Whirling Waters Home Run Hot Tub. Brought to you by Westdale Mall and Mix 96.5.
It's unheard of. An industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Keel Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Keel Honda, where they treat you right.
Jordan Renz, who hit the ball hard but grounded out to first to end the Kernel first, has fouled the first pitch straight back to start the Kernel fourth inning. 1-0 Southwest Michigan. They scored an unearned run in the second inning. Jordan, a .308 hitter, swings hard at a fastball and missed, strike two. Last night's game featured spectacular starting pitching from Southwest Michigan lefty Mike Wodarczyk and Kernel starter Tommy Mendoza. Neither figured in the decision. Good morning, good noon, good night, as Jordan Renz has gone on three pitches, a sharp breaking ball at the knees, and Jordan is the fifth strikeout victim of Jake McGee, the lefty. This Wednesday, the 26th, is the third annual Corridor Classic. College baseball at its best, with the UNI Panthers taking on the Iowa Hawkeyes at Veterans Memorial Stadium. The game starts at 6:30. A curve outside to Martinez. Now a fastball cut on and missed, strike one. Proceeds from the third annual I-380 Corridor Classic will go to benefit the American Diabetes Association. The 1-1 to Brett, low for ball two. We invite you to come out to the ballpark for the third annual I-380 Corridor Classic. You can purchase tickets at 896-7560 for the same price as Kernel ball games. 896-7560. Martinez swings late and fists the 2-1 pitch foul onto the first base grandstand roof. 2-2 to Brett, right-handed hitting catcher, who struck out leading off the Kernel's second inning. 1-0 Devil Rays, top of the fourth. Brett, with a slightly open stance, lays off a fastball high. That's ball three. You can purchase a raffle ticket for $5, and you'll be entered into a drawing for a $4,900 travel voucher. part of the fun on the Wednesday at the ballpark Wednesday for the 3rd annual Corridor Classic, Iowa versus UNI in collegiate baseball. Ball 4, a curve way high and outside, and that's the 3rd walk drawn by Kernel hitters this afternoon. 1 on, 1 out for Mark Trumbo. I have an inkling that Bobby Magallanes is going to call for a hit and run. Martinez being held by Hughes at first base, not going. Ball 1 high and outside to Mark Trumbo. Our first 2 finals have been posted on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Yankees trounced Baltimore in the Bronx today 7-1, and the Phillies knocked off the Marlins 4-2 at Citizens Bank Ballpark. Those finals brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Dale Thompson, Al Shetler, Brad Dunn, and Gary Schubat. 1-0 the count to Trumbo here in the top of the 4th, with Martinez the tying run at first and 1 away. Brett's not running. Mark takes low for ball 2. Trumbo hitting .178, 1 home run, 5 driven in. The Kernels this season on the road have won 5 and lost 4. Ball 3 upstairs, and R.C. Lichtenstein, the Southwest Michigan pitching coach, may be paying a visit to the Hill if this lefty can't come back and get Mark Trumbo. Now will Bobby Magallanes give Trumbo the green light? Yes, and Mark rips it foul straight back. Trailing 1-0 here in the 4th, Bobby Magallanes said, "Yes, sir, Mark Trumbo, if you get a pitch to your liking, you swing away." Mark did, but fouled it straight back for the first strike. McGee comes set, throws to first, and no tag of Martinez by Ryan Hughes, the first baseman. The breeze is blowing from left field to right field. The flagpoles. There's ball 4, high and outside, and Trumbo joins Martinez aboard. Here in the 4th inning, the Kernels have the tying run at second, go-ahead run at first for Ryan Leahy. Still no sign of the Double-A pitching coach, R.C. Lichtenstein. He grew up in Chicago. This is his 12th season in pro baseball. The catcher, Alex Jamieson, in his green shin guards and green chest protector, did run out to the mound, following the dirt path that's carved between the plate and the hill. Ryan Leahy bunted his way on, but was stranded at second in the 2nd inning. The Kernels have had a base runner, at least a base runner, in in 3 of the 4 innings today. Leahy waits. A curve is in the dirt, blocked by Jamieson. Ball 1 to Ryan Leahy. Another final has just come in on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Red Sox knocked off Toronto at Rogers Center 6-3 this afternoon. So there's our 2nd final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Fastball taken high and away. Ball 2 to Ryan Leahy. Here comes R.C. Lichtenstein, the pitching coach, in a black jacket, out to the mound. Jack Rader, our general manager, was excited before we left, saying, "Boy, Johnny, that first long homestand of the year is coming up." It sure is, an 8-gamer starting this Saturday at 5 o'clock against South Bend. Monday at 6:30, it's a Dog Day Monday. Dollar Dog Monday, rather. Hot dogs are only $1 this Monday, the 1st of May, a week from tomorrow. A 6:30 start against South Bend, and it'll be Nurses Recognition Night at the ballpark. Monday, May 1st, hot dogs are only $1. R.C. Lichtenstein has imparted his thoughts to his 19-year-old southpaw, who comes set and delivers a strike called. So R.C. saw something in the mechanics of lefty Jake McGee that caused him to pop out of that first base Devil-Ray dugout and settle this lefty down, or at least try to. Martinez at second, Trumbo at first, Time called by I'm not sure who, but the plate umpire thrusts his arms up into the air. 1-0 Devil Rays. Kernels batting with 2 on and 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Leahy stands straight away from the right side and takes a fastball for strike 2. Well, 2 more finals have come in. We'll tell you about those in the American League on the State Farm Major League scoreboard as Leahy readies himself for this 2-2 delivery from 6'3" hard-throwing lefty Jake McGee. Leahy fights it off and fouls it up into the first base screen. The White Sox whipped Minnesota at U.S. Cellular Field today 7-3. That's a final. White Sox 7, Twins 3 at U.S. Cellular Field. With 2 on and 1 out, Ryan Leahy takes low, ball 3. Now let's see with 1 out if Bobby Magallanes risks sending the runners. Texas clobbered the Devil Rays at the ballpark in Arlington this afternoon, 8-3. That's a final. Are Martinez and Trumbo running on this payoff pitch to Leahy? No, yes. Swing and a tip foul. They didn't appear to be running. Then they took off, and Ryan just got a piece of it and fouled it off the chest protector of the catcher, Alex Jamison. So the runners were going. But now return to first and second. The lights are on at C.O. Brown Stadium on this brisk, cloudy Sunday. Martinez at second, Trumbo at first. There they go. Swing and a miss by Leahy. Throw to second. They have Trumbo hung up. Martinez will try to score, and Brett does score to tie the game. Brett Martinez comes all the way home on a double steal. Leahy swung at a pitch high and outside fans for the second out of the inning, but Brett Martinez and Trumbo were running. And the catcher threw down to second. Brandon Rusev caught it. Martinez was already at third. Brett just kept sprinting, and he sped home as Rusev threw to the first baseman, Ryan Hughes. Hughes caught the throw, held it, looked home, threw home, too late. And a double steal has the Kernels tied in this game 1-1. Madrigal pumps the first pitch foul, straight back, strike 1. Oh, the Kernels steal a run to tie it here in the 4th inning. Leahy swung at ball 4, way high and outside, but he was trying to protect the runners, Martinez and Trumbo. Now a base hit by Madrigal would give the Kernels the lead. A changeup. Warner swings and misses, strike 2. Martinez scored all the way from second on a double steal. Trumbo is in scoring position. Let's see if Madrigal can come out of this 0-2 hole, and a ground ball past the mound, hit slowly. Rusev has it, plenty of time, and throws in time to get Madrigal. Warner broke his bat and rolled it underneath the glove of Jake McGee to second, but he was thrown out by Brandon Rusev, who's been a busy man with 4 assists. 1 run in the 4th for the Kernels without a hit. There were no Double Ray errors, and the Kernels leave 1 man on and have stranded 4. We go to the home half of the 4th, and it's now the Kernels 1, the Devil Rays 1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Sylvia, you know that cruise you've always wanted?
Yeah?
Well, there it is.
That would be our house, Bob. Are you feeling all right, dear?
Well, this is so cool. Guarantee Bank will let us use the equity in our home to do just about anything we want. College tuition, a room addition, a cruise, and best of all, the interest may be tax deductible. Now do you see it? Ah, the sun, the waves, the tropical breezes.
Ooh, now I see it. It's a convertible. The sun on my face, the wind in my hair.
See your guarantee banker in Cedar Rapids, Marion, or Hiawatha, and use the equity in your home to do whatever you want, even if it's just to get out of the house.
the feel of the road, the roar of the engine.
The roar of the...
Hey, it's my kind of life. Keep your hands off my Porsche, Bobby boy.
Guarantee Bank.
Your kind of life.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender. Consult your tax advisor for interest deductibility. Some restrictions apply.
If you're looking to enhance your property's appearance, function, or value, make the experts at King's Materials your most reliable teammate. Retaining walls? You bet. Custom patios? Bingo. Walkways and steps? King's Material says yes. King's Material has all the brick, concrete, and stone elements to make your landscaping, masonry, and architectural projects become a reality. To view the astonishing array of beautiful and innovative products King's Material can bring to your home, yard, or business, visit King's online at kingsmaterial.com.
A double steal has led to a Kernel run, and as we go to the bottom of the fourth, it's a 1-1 ball game. J.T. Hall, who has worn the Kernels out in this series, is first up for the Devil Rays. 7 hits for J.T. Hall in this series, left-handed batter. Late swing and a miss, strike one. Hall is 7 for 12. 3 for 6 last night, 3 for 5, and the Kernel win here Friday night, 1 for 1 today. Breaking ball, low and in from Nick Adenhart. Outfield plays Hall straight away and slightly to pull. JT in his third year of professional baseball. Nubs it to third, Leahy charges, and from the grass, pegs in time. JT Hall is retired on a nubber to the left side by Ryan Leahy. 1 gone here in the Devil Ray fourth inning, 1-1 the score. In the top of the fifth inning, Bruce Moore will give you an opportunity to earn 2 passes to the Eastern Iowa Garden and Landscape Show this September by answering the Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Log on now to www.brucemore.org, BRUCEMORE, for your chance to earn those pair of passes to the Eastern Iowa Garden and Landscape Show come this fall. Garrett Gross, the cleanup batter, swung and missed it. The first pitch from Nick, and then the next one a fastball low and away for ball 1. Garrett Gross hitting .348. Looks at a changeup in the dirt for ball 2. Houston has posted a win on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. They knocked off the Pirates at Minute Maid Park. A ground ball hit hard to the left of the second baseman. Larry Infante moves quickly to his left, gloves and throws out. Garrett Gross 2 away here in the bottom of the fourth inning. Houston 7, Pirates 2 at Minute Maid Park this afternoon. That's a final. And the Cubs have won. The Cubs have whipped the Cardinals 7-3 at Busch Stadium. Boy, when you start a game on Eastern Time, all these finals come pouring in at once. Cubs 7, Cards 3. Final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Swing and a miss by Ryan Hughes as Nick Adenhart tries to set the Devil Rays down in order for the first time today. Ball 1 in the dirt, handcuffed Brett Martinez, the catcher. Our Bruce Moore Bonanza gives you an opportunity to win a pair of passes to the Eastern Iowa Garden and Landscape Show this September. Log on to www.brucemore.org. A sharp curve in the dirt, and it's 2-1 now to the left-handed batter, Ryan Hughes. Hughes has been swinging a hot bat in this series with 5 hits. He singled to left and scored the only Devil Ray run his last time up, ball 3 low and in. Because he's swinging such a hot bat, Nick Adenhart is working to him very cautiously. Here's the 3-1. Line drive! It's caught by Ryan Leahy, who went down into a catching squat and then flinched a little bit. Ryan Hughes hit it right on the nose, but lines out to Leahy, and it is a 1-2-3 inning, the first of the day, recorded by Nick Adenhart. And we go to the top of the fifth inning. Your chance to log on to Bruce Moore's website and email me the answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza, which we'll have for you in the top of the fifth. Log on to www.brucemore.org, and I'll give you the question. You'll be emailing me here in Battle Creek at john@kernels.com. After 4, Kernels 1, Devil Rays 1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Reading stimulates a child's imagination, increases their mastery of subject matter, improves their spelling and vocabulary, and opens up new worlds of discovery. That's why Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels are teaming up to encourage elementary students throughout the community to read. Kernels players will visit 38 elementary schools this spring to talk with students about the benefits of reading. Girls and boys will then be rewarded with nifty prizes for achieving reading milestones. Toyota Financial Services, the Gazette, and the Kernels, proud to stand behind our community's youth through reading.
Next up, a musical taste of Dr. Pepper. It's a new spin on an old vibe from me to you. A tasty sip of Dr. Pepper for your ears, and it starts like this.
I'm a pepper, he's a pepper, she's a pepper, we're a pepper, wouldn't you like to be a pepper?
Now that's cool, but pepper is a little better. So let's slide in a taste of this. Right on. But there's still more to it. I mean, there's nothing like it, because every sip is a kick and mash up of 23 different flavors. So for the true taste of Dr. Pepper, we dial it up even more. You know it. With 23 flavors mixed into one bold taste, every sip is a cool mix of music to your mouth. Woo! Dr. Pepper, there's more to it.
First up for the Kernels in the fifth is Larry Infante, and ball one low and in from lefty Jake McGee. We're tied at 1. A right-hander is starting to throw in the Southwest Michigan bullpen. Larry struck out to end the Kernel second inning. He backs away from a pitch ruled a strike, and it's 1-1 to Larry Infante, the pitcher warming up for the Devil Rays in their right field bullpen. As ball 2 is low, is a right-hander. We're not sure. He's not listed to number 26 on the roster. Swing and a tip foul by Infante. 1-1 our score, and our Bruce Moore Bonanza question: what type of plants will be for sale at the annual Bruce Moore Plant Sale on May 13th? Larry Infante dumps one into shallow left, and a running catch, sprawling onto his chest by J.T. Hall. Larry Infante's bid for a Texas League opposite field single is thwarted on a diving catch in left by J.T. Hall. That ball hung up just enough for Hall to come racing in and sprawling head first to catch it. 1 away here in the Kernel fifth inning. Your email, here's a bunt by Stacia right to the first baseman, and he tags Heinley out. Heinley Stacia, batting leadoff, tried to push a bunt up the first base line, did so, but bunted it too hard, and near the line, Ryan Hughes gloved it and tagged Heinley out. 2 gone here in the Kernel fifth in a 1-1 game. Email me your answer to the Bruce Moore Bonanza question at john@kernels.com, JOHN at Kernels, KERNELS.com, and we'll give you that question again. Madison Edwards takes a fastball low. What type of plants will be for sale at the annual Bruce Moore Plant Sale May 13th from 9 till noon? You can find the answer on the Bruce Moore website, www.brucemore.org. That's all one word. And when you find the answer, email me here in Battle Creek, and I'll be looking for your emails. If you've already won our Bruce Moore Bonanza, congratulations, but please don't email me here today. Give other listeners their fair shot. Madison Edwards on a 2-1 pitch takes it low for ball 3. Again, you're emailing me your answer to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question at john@kernels.org. Madison Edwards walks, the ball skips to the screen, and Madison will hold at first base, and that's the 5th walk garnered by Kernel hitters today. The go-ahead run at first with 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 contest. The Bruce Moore Bonanza question, and now the trainer for the Devil Rays, Chris Russell, is out to the mound along with R.C. Lichtenstein, and we're going to, I think, have a pitching change. The fella coming into the ball game is wearing a number that does not appear on the Devil Ray roster, so we'll have to check and see who this right-hander is. But Jake McGee's leaving the game. He goes 4 2/3, and the southpaw in 4 2/3 has surrendered just 1 run on 1 hit. McGee struck out 6, and he walked 5. And again, we're unable to tell you who this hurler is. We'll double check, but, well, wait a minute. We now may know. This is Eddie De La Cruz, and we did see him in the series opener here on Friday. Eddie De La Cruz, who's wearing a different number in his black jersey than his regular white home jersey, is the new hurler for Southwest Michigan. And we're opening our email to our... We have a winner in our Bruce Moore Bonanza. And the reason it brings a smile to my face, it's a lovely gal with a great personality, Mark Matke's wife and Mackenzie Matke's mother, Inez Matkey. No, it's Mackenzie Matkey, excuse me. Mackenzie Matkey. A lifetime Kernel fan, has earned himself and his family 2 passes to the Eastern Iowa Garden and Landscape Show. What type of plants will be for sale at the annual Bruce Moore Plant Sale on May 13th from 9 in the morning till noon? Mackenzie Matkey emailed us with the correct answer. Perennial plants. Perennials. Congratulations, Mackenzie Matkey. You and your family have earned 2 passes to the Eastern Iowan Garden and Landscape Show. Plus, Mackenzie, you've earned a Bruce Moore souvenir book. Congratulations, and thanks to everyone who emailed. Go ahead, run it first. 2 away here in the top of the 5th inning in a 1-1 game. Eddie De La Cruz is on in relief for the Devil Rays. A pitch out, and dashing back to first is Madison Edwards. The ball popped out of the mitt of catcher Alex Jamison, so Madison could have made it to second, but he didn't know it was going to pop out. It was a pitch out by De La Cruz, ball 1 to Patrick Riley. 1-1 our score. Here in the top of the 5th inning, Eddie De La Cruz on in relief of the starter, Jake McGee, who struck out 6 but walked 5 and allowed 1 run on 1 hit. Patrick Riley ahead 2-0. Left-handed batter. The runner goes, and a base hit into right. That'll send Madison Edwards streaking to third. The throw by Gross is cut off, and the Kernels have their second hit of the day. Have runners at the corners with 2 out for cleanup batter Jordan Renz. With Edwards running, Riley smacked it into right to put runners at the corners for the Kernels. Again, congratulations to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question winner, Mackenzie Matkey of Alburnett Road in Marion. And let's see. We've got an interesting email here, I think, from, well, everything's interesting when you receive it from Todd Brummelkamp. So, a bouncer foul to Bobby Magianis coaching at third. Well, Gladys Smythe or Smith from Palo also says the answer is perennials. That's true. Gladys, we'll have to have you answer during another road broadcast our Bruce Moore Bonanza, but glad Gladys Smith or Smythe contacted Todd Brummelkamp about our Bruce Moore Bonanza. Jordan Renz on an 0-1 pitch, drills it high, deep, and foul for strike 2 into the picnic area down the left field line. Boy, Renz jumped on that Dela Cruz pitch and hammered it, but it was a little bit too far out in front, and that's a long foul, strike 2. Kernels trying to take the lead for the first time this afternoon with Edwards at third and Riley at first. Long look to the catcher by Eddie Dela Cruz, the tall right-handed Dominican. And whistling the 0-2 pitch foul straight back is Jordan Renz. Eddie Dela Cruz pitched in the Kernel 12-6 victory here on Friday night. The right-hander went 2/3 of an inning, gave up 4 runs on 3 hits, struck out none, and walked 2, so he was not very effective on Friday night. He steps off and looks Edwards back to third and Patrick Riley back to first. 1-1 our score. Top of the 5th inning, Jordan Renz waiting for the 0-2. There goes the runner. A curve smashed into center for a base hit. The Kernels take the lead. Madison Edwards streaks home. Sliding into third safely, Patrick Riley. And the Kernels lead it 2-1 on Jordan Renz's hard hit smash into center. Scoring Madison Edwards. Riley was running on the play. He sped to third, and it's 2-1 Kernels. How about Jordan Renz? Battling on an 0-2 count, and he ripped it into center to give the Kernels their first lead of the day. Now let's see if Brett Martinez can keep this 2-out rally alive. Ball 1 low. Jordan Renz now has 9 RBIs this year. Edwards was running on the play. He went to third as Riley was running on the play. He went to third as Madison Edwards scored on the line single into center by Jordan Renz, the cleanup batter. Martinez calls time. And we thank everyone who emailed in response to our Bruce Moore Bonanza question. Brett pumps the 1-0 pitch foul off to the right out of play, and that's strike 1. 2-1 Kernels here in the top of the 5th inning. Eddie Dela Cruz with runners at the corners misses away, and it's a pitch in the dirt, sending Jordan Renz to second, holding at third Pat Riley. That wild pitch by Eddie Dela Cruz now eliminates a force at second, and the Kernels have runners at second and third with 2 out. Dela Cruz pitched here last year. I remember him pitching very well in a game against us here in this ballpark. This season, Eddie's 0-1 with a 6.75 ERA. A fastball rides up and in. Ball 3 to Brett Martinez. Brett walked and scored the first Kernel run of this game in the 4th inning on a double steal. That tied the game at 1. The Kernels lead it here in the 5th inning, 2-1. Riley at third, Renz at second, and Brett shoots it in the air to center. It'll be caught to end the inning by John Matulia, who drifts to his left and has it. 1 run for the Kernels on a walk and 2 hits. There were no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave a pair and have stranded 6 men in 5 at-bats. After 4.5 at C.O. Brown Stadium, it's now the Kernels leading the Devil Rays 2-1. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Who's that cool cooking man? King of the grill, who's your patio?
It's time for Clement's Great Grill Challenge. If someone asks you, what's cooking, Daddy-O, tell them Clement's is always lean and juicy. The other guys have more fat, more flare-ups, and shrinking taste. Avoid unnecessary flare-ups. Never substitute fat for flavor. Always grill Clement's.
King of the grill, man. Grill's hot, he's cool. Who's your patio?
Peck's Flower and Garden Shop has completed their spring open house this weekend. They thank you for being a part of that fun event, and they have another great event for you to look forward to starting this Thursday through Sunday, the Arbor Day sale. That's an annual event that brings out lots of great bargains at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Sale prices on trees and plants and flowers for Arbor Day. The Arbor Day sale starts this Thursday the 27th at Peck's and goes through Sunday the 30th. And there'll be a drawing for a free tree giveaway to a child. Wouldn't that be some great way to greet your son or daughter by entering them for a free tree at Peck's? You can do so starting Thursday, the Arbor Day sale at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop, the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads Northeast in Cedar Rapids. Again, the Arbor Day sale starts this Thursday. Another final on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Royals crowned Cleveland 5-1. Swing and a miss as we start play in the bottom of the fifth by Matt Spring, who singled to right his first time. The Royals have beaten Cleveland 5-1. Matt Spring is a right-handed batter. Ground ball fair past third for extra bases. Matt Spring will round first, and getting to it, Pat Riley throws into second. Third rather. It's a leadoff double for Matt Spring, who's 2 for 2. 294 batter, and just like that, the Devil Rays have struck for a leadoff double in the fifth, and they have the tying run at second with nobody out. Spring grounded it sharply, just fair past third. No chance for Ryan Leahy to even move to his right. We told you about the feature of this ballpark that they added when it was built in 1995, a little triangular box section with the point facing second base down the left field line to emulate the wall in Fenway Park. That's because when Battle Creek was granted a franchise in 95, they were a Red Sox affiliate, and they wanted that feature put in this ballpark. Swing and a miss on an 0-1 pitch on a changeup. Ryan Bethel in the hole. No balls, 2 strikes. He's trying to hit the ball to the right side of the Kernel infield to get the tying run Spring to third base. Nick Adenhart comes set and delivers. Curve and a swing and a miss at a pitch in the dirt. Martinez looks the runner back to second and throws to first. Ryan Bethel fans, and that is the 4th strikeout of the day for Nick Adenhart. So it'll take a base hit from either this batter, Alex Jamieson, or the number 9 hitter, Brandon Rusev, if the Devil Rays are to capitalize on the leadoff double by Matt Spring, who's at second now with 1 out. ESPN Sunday Night Baseball, you can catch it right here in the zone. The Braves and Nationals at RFK Stadium. That's assuming that the rain has stopped out on the eastern seaboard. A changeup drops in for strike 1 to Alex Jamieson. Now a swing and a fastball and a miss, strike 2. Well, Nick Adenhart seems determined to keep the Kernels in front here in the bottom of the fifth. 2-1. He surrendered a leadoff double to Matt Spring, who owns 2 of the Devil Ray 4 hits. Spring has a short lead at second, and ball 1 up and in to Alex Jamieson, a .350 left-handed hitter. We're in the bottom of the 5th inning, just past the top of the hour, and Nick choked a curveball off, missed high and outside. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network this afternoon on ESPN Radio 1600, KCRG, Cedar Rapids. The sun has started to come out for the first time all day. The sun is shining. Swing and a miss as Nick Adenhart ran a fastball away from Jamieson. He gets Alex swinging for the 2nd out here in the 5th inning. Nick Adenhart records his 5th strikeout of the day, and now he'll try to get Brandon Rusev. This guy is dangerous. And the reason I say that, he's off to a slow start, 2 for 37. He reached on an error opening up the 3rd inning. When a guy's 2 for 37, he's dangerous because he's striving to do anything possible to get out of his rut. And Rusev was the man who scored the game-winning run last night in the 12th inning. He singled his way on to start the 12th and then scored on a Robert Romero wild pitch. Rusev spanks the 0-1 pitch into the net. It's strike two. Tying run at second, 2 away here in the Southwest Michigan 5th. The Kernels up by a run, 2-1. Nick Adenhart has his sign from Brett Martinez, comes set and delivers. Breaking pitch over the noggin of Brandon Rusev, ball one. After Spring's double, Ryan Bethel struck out on a changeup. Alex Jamison went down on a tailing fastball. Brandon Rusev, right-handed hitter, straightaway stance, pops it in the air, down the right field line. It's drifting into foul ground. Chased by Mark Trumbo, and Trumbo makes the catch with Larry Infante right on his heels, and Madrigal charging in. It was Mark Trumbo who reached out and snared it in foul ground down the right field line to end the inning. Brandon Rusev fouls out to first, and Nick Adenhart protects a Kernel one-run lead by pitching around a leadoff double. No runs for the Devil Rays in the 5th inning. 1 hit. There were no Kernel errors. Southwest Michigan strands a runner, just their second left so far today. And after 5 in Battle Creek, the Kernels hold a 2-1 lead over Southwest Michigan. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Springtime. That time of year when your heating system still runs some, but it's also a time when your air conditioning can be running too. Who do you call when either of them fail? Never fear, the A-Team is near. The A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. They can inspect and ensure that your heating and cooling system is ready to go when you need it. 24 hours a day, call them the A-Team from Ahern Plumbing and Heating. Call 393-4872 for Ahern Plumbing and Heating.
Advanced Systems, the leader in office technology, is like a great baseball coach when it comes to office productivity. Advanced Systems makes the most of your team. They do it with the latest technology for office productivity from Canon. They're also like a great trainer. Advanced Systems' advanced life support makes sure your office equipment runs at peak levels and fixes it fast if things go wrong. Hit it over the fence with Canon technology from Advanced Systems. Call 832-8291.
This is for the 21st century with Advanced Systems.
Coffee works when it's important to you. Coffee works, let your work shine through. Quality coffee, we do it for less. Don't settle for second best. Coffee works, computer center. Coffee works, we do it better. When you think of coffee works. Coffee works, coffee works.
After 5, the Kernels, trying to take the lead in this series, lead the game 2-1. Mark Trumbo made a fine running catch down the right field line on a foul pop by Brandon Rusev to end the threat by the Devil Rays to tie the game in the 5th. He's first up against Eddie De La Cruz, and he hits one high in the air to left and in front of the warning track. J.T. Hall has it. Mark Trumbo hit it well, but flies out to deep left to start the Kernels' 6th inning. 1 away on 1 pitch, and now Ryan Leahy bats. Tuesday, May 2nd, is the 4th of a 4-game series at home against South Bend, and it's a triple play Tuesday. Your choice of a hamburger or cheeseburger, a bag of chips, and a beverage for only $5 this Tuesday, May 2nd, and every Tuesday at Veterans Memorial Stadium. Triple play Tuesdays. Ball one, a fastball upstairs to Leahy. Now a strike to Ryan. Well, we have the final line on starter Jake McGee, who left this game with some sort of ailment in the 5th inning. De La Cruz misses upstairs, 2-1 to Leahy. Jake McGee went 4 2/3, allowed 2 Kernel runs on only 1 hit, fanned 6, and walked 5. Ryan ahead 2-1. Takes outside for ball 3. Outfield plays Leahy straight away. There's ball 4 downstairs, and Ryan Leahy has drawn the 6th Colonel walk of this day. Ryan has reached 2 out of the 3 plate appearances, and it'll be Warner Madrigal batting. I, again, think that Bobby Magallanes will have a hit and run on here. Warner has improved a lot since last year, trying to use all fields. He's not just a rank pull hitter. De La Cruz misses high and outside, ball 1. Eddie dipped down and showed a sidearm motion that time. De La Cruz is wearing a long-sleeve dark green shirt underneath his black Devil Ray top. We've told you about some of the franchise alumni that have made it to the major leagues that have come through C.O. Brown Stadium. Oh, we talked about John Buck with the Royals and Chris Burke with the Astros. Swing and a miss on a hanging breaking pitch. Warner wishes he had it back. David Eckstein was a nobody here in 1997. Helped lead our parent club to that 2002 World Championship, and in many people's opinion was the Cardinal most valuable player last year. Shea Hillenbrand. A fellow we haven't mentioned, Mike Gallo. Mike Gallo's become a big part of the Houston bullpen, a left-hander used in tight spots to face left-handed hitters. Madrigal on a 1-1 pitch dribbles it foul to the section that protrudes from the third base grandstand that contains 3 rows of gold box seats. I mentioned last night that those 2 sections, one down the third base line, even with the third base coaching box, the other behind the first base coaching box. Ordinarily, you'd see those extra seats put in at World Series and playoff games. But they're a permanent fixture here at C.O. Brown Stadium. Madrigal waits on a lollipop curve and bloops it foul into the backstop. It's still 1-2 to Warner. The sun has disappeared and only graced our presence for about 3 minutes this afternoon, and the lights continue to shine here as Madrigal chases a curveball above his head and swung and missed, strike 3. Oh, that's the malady that Warner has to cure in order to be a viable Angel prospect. He has his main tool is his 2 tools are his strong right throwing arm and his power. But he swung at a pitch over his head that time and goes down on strikes. Larry Infante, with Leahy at first, bats for the 3rd time. Strike 1 on the outside edge to Larry. 2-1 Kernels with 2 outs here in the top of the 6th inning. I remember here's a ground ball spanked to shortstop, and it's an easy play for Neil Walton. Walton on to first to get Larry Infante and end the Kernels' 6th inning. No runs for the Kernels, no hits, a walk. 1 of 6 the ball club has drawn so far today, and there were no Devil Ray errors. The Kernels leave another and have stranded an alarming 7 runners in 6 innings. I remember Durnell Stenson, a very fine prospect that played here in Battle Creek, and he played for the Reds in 2003. He was tragically murdered, a carjacking out in Arizona 2 springs ago during spring training, but Durnell Stenson was some player. Nick Adenhart back to the hill after 5.5 in Battle Creek. It's the Kernels leading the Devil Rays 2-1. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Colonel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
Meet Jim. When it's nice out, he spends weekends in his yard trying to kill weeds. Gotcha. Meet Dave. He spends weekends on the green. That's because Greg's Lawn Service takes care of his lawn. Mowing, fertilizing, pruning, and, yep, weed control. Greg's does the big jobs, too. Landscaping, retaining walls, curb edging, and patios. So when you've had enough of those little devils...
Aha! Yes!
Call 393-0101. Greg's Lawn Service, a cut above the rest.
Hi, I'm Tanya Sedlock, your local Pekin Insurance agent at Andrews Insurance here in Cedar Rapids. We all know how quickly life can change. You buy a new car or a new home. Your family is blessed with a new baby. Your teenager starts driving the family car. I'm here to help with a complete line of insurance plans to give you protection when you need it the most. Pekin Insurance has been in business of insuring people for 85 years. I'm here to put your interests first. Please visit me, Tanya Sedlock, at the Andrews Agency.
The Devil Rays put their leadoff man aboard as John Matulia swats a base hit in front of Warner Madrigal in right. Tying run at first with nobody out here in the bottom of the sixth for the Devil Rays, who have now out-hit the Kernels 5-3, but the Kernels lead it 2-1. Matulia with his first hit of the afternoon pulled it in the air, and it bounced one hop in front of Warner Madrigal. A throw to first, and Matulia back. John has not stolen a base this year. He's 0 for 3. The Devil Rays have swiped 21 bases in 16 games. They're tied for fourth in the Midwest League. A throw to first, and Matulia dives back safely. John Matulia with the leadoff single here in the sixth. He's not running. Swinging a foul straight back by Neil Walton. Matulia last year, in 27 games with Princeton, stole 8 bases but was caught 10 times. Neil Walton, a 16th round pick by Tampa Bay out of Cal State Fullerton. And back to first is Matulia. Well, the Brewers are batting in the bottom of the ninth, and the Reds are dismantling Milwaukee at Miller Park 11-0. A modest-sized crowd here today on this chilly, late April Sunday afternoon. 53 degrees. A pitch in the dirt blocked by Brett Martinez to prevent the tying run from going to second. Earlier in that Red Brewer series, Milwaukee pasted the Reds 11-0. And the Reds are giving the Brewers a taste of their own medicine as they lead today 11-0 at Miller Park. From the stretch, Nick Adenhart steps off the rubber. Nick is wearing his gray Colonel Road pants down at his shoe tops. Colonel's wearing their all-red knit caps with a white emblem on the bill that has a corn husk and a baseball coming out. There's strike two at the knees. Tim Madison is warming up for the Kernels in the left field corner. Tim Madison. Nick Adenhart comes set. Now steps off. Nick has struck out 5, walked none. Southwest Michigan's John Matulia being held at first. He's not running. He's being held by Trumbo as ball 2 is low and away. Bottom of the sixth inning, 2-1 Kernels. Southwest Michigan raised their record in one-run games to 4-1 and up their extra inning record to 3-0 with their 12th inning win. There goes the runner, and a 2-2 pitch is lofted foul off to the right, and the count remains 2-2 to the batter. Let's see how our parent club is doing on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. Out in Oakland, good news. Angels 4, Athletics 1. Top of the fifth inning. The Angels are trying to take 2 of 3 from Oakland. Walton spanks it to second. And Infante flips to second out. Stasia's throw to first for a double play. I did not think that Walton hit it hard enough for Larry Infante to start a twin killing, but he did. It went Infante to Stasia to Trumbo 4-6-3. And that is a beautifully executed double play. Neil Walton hit it softly to the right side. Larry Infante took it on the third hop, fed Stasia at second for the force of Matulia. And then the return throw across the diamond by Hindley was just in time to double up Neil Walton. And the bases are empty now with 2 away, and a changeup swung on and missed by J.T. Hall, strike 1. Double play turned by the Kernels, and Hall's in the hole, 0-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. That double play, the first of the day, turned by either ball club. I don't think Nick Adenhart's going to give J.T. Hall a fastball. That seems to be the pattern here so far, as Hall singled in the first. He lofts one into foul ground, and it'll be a tough play for Ryan Leahy, but Leahy pedals back of third, and on the grass in foul territory down the left field line. Hall's foul pop is caught by Ryan Leahy to end the inning. 6 brilliant innings from Nick Adenhart, the 19-year-old Colonel right-hander. In the 6th, he gives up a leadoff single, but no runs. 1 hit, a double play. There were no Colonel errors, and nobody left by the Devil Rays. We may have seen the last of Nick Adenhart, and if we have, yet another very, very impressive performance by the 19-year-old Colonel right-hander, Nick Adenhart. After 6, the Colonels lead Southwest Michigan 2-1. You're listening to Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
If your spring cleaning plans include throwing out household furniture items, be sure to follow the instructions on the orange bulky item collection flyer you received in the mail. Up to 4 items such as couches, mattresses, and box springs, dressers, wooden desks, and bookshelves would be picked up by city crews. However, appliances, TVs, computer components, and scrap metal will not be collected. Your orange flyer will tell you where to dispose of such prohibited items. Thanks for using your orange flyer as your spring cleanup resource.
John Rogers back with you once again here in Battle Creek with an important announcement from Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Peck's just completed their spring open house to rave reviews, and now they're ready to welcome you in for their Arbor Day sale this Thursday, April 27th through Sunday the 30th. There'll be a free tree giveaway to kids. It says plural, so free tree giveaway to kids. Lots of sale prices on trees and plants and flowers for the Arbor Day sale at Peck's Flower and Garden Shop. Peck's invites you to come in and celebrate their 50th year of growing with the Cedar Rapids community, and this Arbor Day sale is part of a long tradition of Arbor Day sales at Peck's. The knowledgeable staff at Peck's will gladly add all the expert helpful advice you need to pick out the right plant, flower, or tree for the Arbor Day sale starting this Thursday. Peck's Flower and Garden Shop, located at the corner of Blair's Ferry and Edgewood Roads, northeast in Cedar Rapids. Top of the order for the Kernels in the top of the 7th, and Eddie Dela Cruz brings strike 1 in to Hindley Stacia, who's batting left-handed for the first time this afternoon. 2-1 Kernels. Ball 1 low and in. It looks like we'll see Tim Madison in the bottom of the 7th inning. Nick Adenhart gave up 1 run today in 6 innings. It was unearned. Ball 2, high and inside to Stacia. 6 innings for Adenhart. He allowed 1 run unearned on 5 hits. Eddie Dela Cruz working from the stretch with nobody on, nobody out, here in the top of the 7th inning. A chopper to second. Oh, Brandon Rusev's been a busy man. He gloves it and fires to first to retire Hindley Stacia. 1 away here in the 7th inning. How many assists for Brandon Rusev at second? 4 already today. 5 strikeouts for Nick Adenhart and no walks. Nick Adenhart has now pitched 24 2/3 innings this season, struck out 24 hitters and walked 5. A breaking pitch in at the knees to Madison Edwards. Strike 1. It's final now on the State Farm Major League scoreboard. The Reds clobbered the Brewers at Miller Park 11-0. A slow roller to the right side, picked up by the pitcher who shovels to first for the out. Madison Edwards walked and scored in the 5th inning to give the Kernels their current lead of 2-1. He dribbled one up the first base line. It was picked up near the line by Dela Cruz, who underhanded to first. 2 gone quickly here in the Kernels' 7th. Let's give you all the finals we have, brought to you by State Farm Insurance agents Gary Schubat, Dale Thompson, Brad Dunn, and Al Shetler. In the National League, the Phillies turned back the Marlins 4-2, that game at Citizens Bank Ballpark. The Reds dismantled the Brewers at Miller Park 11-0. Houston beat Pittsburgh 7-2 at Minute Maid Park, and the Cubs whipped the Cardinals in St. Louis 7-3. Colorado's playing at home, and they lead the Giants 2-1. 2-1 Rockies in the top of the 8th inning. The Padres in the top of the 5th are shellacking the Mets 5-0. That game at Petco Park. And the Dodgers are ahead of the Braves 4-2 in the 2nd inning at Chavez Ravine. The game you'll hear tonight on ESPN Radio, the Braves and Nationals in our nation's capital. Patrick Riley singled his last time up. He's ahead 2-0. Ball 3 low. Did Riley go around? Yes, says the base umpire. 2-1 to Patrick Riley. In the American League, on the State Farm Major League scoreboard, Yankees 7, Orioles 1, a final from the Bronx. The Red Sox upended Toronto 6-3 at Rogers Center today, swinging a foul off the mask of catcher Alex Jameson. It's 2-2 now to Pat Riley. The White Sox down the Twins 7-3 at U.S. Cellular Field. The Rangers trampled the Devil Rays 8-3 today at the ballpark in Arlington, and the Royals crowned Cleveland 5-1 at Kauffman Stadium. Again, our parent club, the Angels, are ahead of Oakland 4-1 in the top of the 6th, and the Tigers, looking to sweep Seattle, lead the Mariners 3-0 in the top of the 5th inning at Safeco Field. Riley hits a booming shot to dead center, and going back, Matulia to make the catch. Patrick Riley hit it right on the button, but lines out to center. The Colonel top 3 men in the order go in order in the top of the 7th inning. A new Colonel pitcher will likely take over in the bottom of the 7th as we head there. Colonels 2, Devil Rays 1. You're enjoying Colonel Baseball on the Colonel Radio Network.
Step up to the plate this summer and nominate your favorite Cedar Rapids Colonel for the Rockwell Collins Fans Choice Award. Every time you catch a Colonel game, fill out a Fans Choice ballot to recognize the efforts of your favorite ball player. Then drop the ballot in the designated box at the souvenir stand. During the season's final homestand, Rockwell Collins will present the Fans Choice Trophy to the player with the most votes and make a donation to that player's favorite charity. Rockwell Collins and the Cedar Rapids Colonels, teammates working for a better community.
Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners. We make a good team. Service second to none, South Slope Cooperative Communications.
You've worked hard, and you're finally your own boss. As a business owner, you may not want to hear the word liability, but it comes with the territory. Smart business owners protect their investments with a business owner's policy from Neighbor Insurance Services, your professional Pekin insurance agency in Hiawatha. Neighbor Insurance Services can show you how to secure the right amount of protection for your business at affordable rates. Your business is important. See Neighbor Insurance Services in Hiawatha for business owners insurance.
A U.S. Cellular call to the Colonel Bullpen, brought to you by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Tim Madison, a right-hander who's been lights out of the Colonel Bullpen this spring. Tim on relief of starter Nick Adenhart. Nick could win his third. He cannot lose his first. He goes 6 innings, surrendering 1 run unearned on 5 hits. Nick struck out 5, walked none. Right-hander Tim Madison, 23-year-old, 6'1", 225-pounder from the University of South Florida in Tampa, 1-0 this year, 1.04 ERA, working for the 6th time in relief, has 2 saves, In 8 2/3 innings, Madison has given up 1 earned run on 9 hits, struck out 9, walked 2, the league hitting .281 against Tim Madison. He pitched 2 innings here Friday night, and his curveballs of beauty, strike 1 called in to cleanup batter Garrett Gross. Tim in 2 innings Friday night surrendered 2 runs on 3 hits, walked none, and struck out none. The 0-1. Just low and away for ball 1. Tim Madison on this brisk, breezy Sunday afternoon delivers a fastball low and outside, and it's 2-1 to Garrett Gross. 2-1 Kernels, bottom of the 7th. The Kernels have stranded 7 runners. Southwest Michigan is left 2. Curve in the dirt, and Tim has fallen behind Garrett Gross. 3-1. A right-hander has started to throw for the Devil Rays in their bullpen. Garrett Gross, the team's best hitter with a .348 average, takes ball 4. Well, the last thing Tim Madison wanted to do was come in relief and issue the first walk of the day by Colonel pitching, but after getting ahead 0-1, he walks Garrett Gross, tying run at first with nobody out here in the 7th inning. For the Kernels, Ryan Aldridge is warming up. And we just can't make out who that Devil Ray right-hander is down in the right field corner. Now we've got a beat on who it is. Billy Evers. Ryan Hughes, left-handed batter. Hits one hard to short. Heinley Stacia has it. Steps on second and throws to first for the double play. Oh, a hot shot to Heinley Stacia by Ryan Hughes. And Stacia took it on 2 hops. Stepped on second, threw to first for the 3rd double play turned by the Kernels this afternoon. The Kernels have turned 3 double plays. That was a hard-hit smash to Stacia's feet, and he had to react quickly. He speared it, stepped on second to force Garrett Gross, and then fired to first to complete the 3rd double play turned by the Kernels this afternoon, and that was a big one. Madison fires a strike to Matt Spring, right-handed batter. Now Tim delivers a changeup in the dirt for ball 1. Wow. 3 double plays turned by the Kernels this afternoon. 1 double play led to the only Devil Ray run of this day as Ryan Bethel, with runners at first and third and nobody out back in the 2nd, hit into a Heinley Stacia to Mark Trumbo double play. Ball 2 low, now ball 3 inside from Tim Madison. Madison. Didn't break camp with the Kernels, but came here when Gustavo Espinoza, who was to be in the Kernels starting rotation, never made a start for the Kernels. He came up with a tender left shoulder. The 3-1. Spring bounces it foul into the Kernel third base dugout. 2-1 Kernels were in the bottom of the 7th inning. Southwest Michigan has out-hit the Kernels 5-3. Took a 1-0 lead in the 2nd on the Ryan Bethel double play that drove home Ryan Hughes. The Kernels tied it in the 4th on a double steal by Trumbo and Martinez, and then took the lead on an RBI single by Renz in the 5th inning. Swing and a miss by Spring, and Tim Madison comes back from a 3-1 count to fan the number 6 hitter and end the Devil Rays 7th. No runs for Southwest Michigan in the 7th, no hits, a walk. The Kernels turned their 3rd double play of the afternoon. There were no Kernel errors, nobody left by Southwest Michigan. The Kernels come to bat, desperately looking to add to their narrow lead of 2-1, coming to bat in the top of the 8th inning. A new hurler, Billy Evers, will take over. You're tuned to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Jumpstart your future with learning from Kirkwood Community College. No matter what your age or previous work experience, you have new opportunities as close as your phone. 398-5517. Kirkwood has hundreds of choices for career and technical programs. Kirkwood has financial aid and support options to help you succeed, and Kirkwood has locally based centers to help you balance work, family, and learning. Kirkwood is ready when you're ready. Call Kirkwood Admissions today, 398-5517. Kirkwood, start here, go anywhere.
Convenience and trust, two things all of us want. At Tri-State Travel, we offer both. It's convenient for you to make one call or one visit to our office for all your travel needs. A one-day tour, a cruise, a trip to Branson, to charter a motor coach. For 66 years, Tri-State Travel has been a name you can trust to provide quality products. Come see why you can trust us to provide the convenience you expect. Tri-State Travel, now at our new location on 7th Street Southwest.
When it comes to auto insurance, Westside Agency in Palo, your professional Pekin insurance agency, will make certain you're properly insured with the right coverages and deductibles. Westside Agency will tell you about the money-saving discounts from Pekin Insurance. Multi-car discount, good student discount, loss-free discount, 45-plus auto discount, auto home discount, low mileage discount. To see if you qualify for any of these auto discounts that will lower your premiums, visit Westside Agency in Palo.
The second relief pitcher called upon to work in this game is Billy Evers for Southwest Michigan. 8th inning, 2-1 Kernels. Evers pitched in the Kernel 12-6 romp here on Friday night. An inning and a third, allowed no runs on one hit, fan, 2 walk, none. Billy's a 23-year-old right-hander from the state, born in New York, lives in Florida, went to college at Eckerd College in St. Petersburg. 23-year-old 6'2" right-hander Billy Evers takes over for fellow reliever Eddie Dela Cruz. Dela Cruz pitched 2 1/3, shut out the Kernels on 2 hits, struck out 1, walked 1, and it'll be for the Kernels cleanup batter Jordan Renz to lead it off. Renz has the hit that put the Kernels ahead in this game, a 2-out RBI single in the 5th inning off Eddie Dela Cruz, but the run was charged to the starter, Jake McGee. Evers' split-fingered pitch is in the dirt, ball 1 to Jordan Renz. His RBI single scored Madison Edwards and put the Kernels ahead in the 5th, 2-1. And that's the score here in the top of the 8th inning with Ryan Aldridge warming up for the Kernels in the left field bullpen. In fact, he's putting his jacket on now. Ball 2, low and into Renz. Billy Evers, no record this year, on in relief for the 6th time. With an ERA of 9 even in 5 innings, he's surrendered 5 runs on 4 hits. Struck out 5, walked 3. The 2-0 to Renz. Jackhammered foul into the Kernel left field bullpen. Boy, Jordan jumped all over that 2-0 pitch, but ripped it foul for strike 1. Our baseball fun fact here in this top of the 7th inning. And it's not a very fun fact if you're a Devil Ray fan. A breaking pitch just missed outside, 3-1 to Renz. A lot of people like to talk about the worst trades of all time, and in that category, Doyle Alexander for John Smoltz back in the late 80s, I believe, early 90s. Ball 4 to Renz, low. Of course, the classic one that Cub and Cardinal fans tease each other about. Ernie Broglio, traded by the Cubs. Former Cardinal 20-game winner. Was traded to the Cubs, rather, by the Cardinals for eventual Hall of Famer Lou Brock. But this one is not quite of equal magnitude, but our baseball fun fact, the Devil Rays traded Bobby Abreu. Here's a bunt foul by Martinez, strike 1. Remember, Bobby Abreu won the Home Run Derby last year. He's turned into one of the most well-rounded players in the National League. The Devil Rays traded Bobby Abreu in 1997 to the Phillies for Kevin Stocker. Ooh, that's our baseball fun fact, and guess who got the better of that deal? Not the Devil Rays. Is Martinez bunting again? Evers throws to first, and Renz is back standing up. Top of the 8th, 2-1 Kernels. Renz aboard with the leadoff walk. That trade that sent Jeff Bagwell from the Red Sox to the Astros was an all-time blunder by Boston. Here's a high pop foul off to the left, and Martinez is in the hole 0-2. There have been a few one-sided trades over the years, haven't there? But that Brock for Brolio and that Doyle Alexander for John Smoltz, I can't remember who the Red Sox dealt. Swing and a miss by Martinez. He's down on 3 pitches. So Billy Evers fooled Brett Martinez on an 0-2 curveball, and it'll be Rhyne at first with 1 out here in the 8th inning. Maybe it was Kurt Schilling that was traded for Jeff Bagwell. I can't remember, but I don't think it was, because I think the Astros got Bagwell for virtually nothing. But if it was Bagwell for Schilling, it was a good deal for both teams. A pitch out. Rhyne holds it first, ball 1 to Mark Trumbo. The Devil Rays tried to build their franchise around a bunch of aging veterans who were over the hill, as I recall. Guys like Jose Canseco, Vinny Castillo, Tino Martinez, Wade Boggs, Ben Grieve, Freddie McGriff, Greg Vaughn. None of those guys did much for Tampa Bay. Oh, Boggs, to be sure, got his 3,000th hit, a home run. Ball 2 low and into Mark Trumbo. Rhyne's not running, and ball 3 low and away. Trumbo this afternoon has struck out, walked, and flown to left. He's hitting 178, right-handed slugger with a home run, 5 RBIs. Now the Devil Rays have a core of good young players, Rocco Baldelli, Carl Crawford, Aubrey Huff, to name a few. There goes Rhyne's. Ball 4, a 4-pitch walk, I believe, to Trumbo. He doesn't know it yet. Now he tosses his bat aside and joins Jordan Rhyne aboard. First and second, 1 away. Here in the 8th inning, the Kernels trying to add to a narrow 1-run lead of 2-1. Todd Brummelkamp, my good friend, who tries to make as many of these road trips as possible, I know is, well, I'll see if Todd even emails me here, and he may know of some other one-sided trades in history that I'm not being able to recall off the top of my head. R.C. Lichtenstein pays a visit to the Hill, and that'll give us a chance to remind you about our next Bucka Cup Thursday. It is Thursday, May 4th. A Bucka Cup Thursday on Thursday, May 4th. A 6:30 start against the Wisconsin Timber Rattlers. And on that Thursday, you can get a 12-ounce beer or soda for only $1. Slushies are also just $1. Leahy takes a curve at the knees for strike 1 from right-hander Billy Evers in his first inning of relief of fellow reliever Eddie Dela Cruz, and he's walked a pair. 2-1 Kernels. Leahy 1 for 2 with a bunt single and a walk. Takes a curve in the dirt and a terrific sliding stop to his right on his shin guards by Alex Jamieson. Rhyne's at second, Trumbo at first. Pitch in the dirt, blocked again by Jamieson. Ball 2 to Ryan Leahy. Are the runners going on this 2-1 pitch? No. In the dirt, Rhyne will try for third. Trumbo down to second. They both make it standing up. Ball 3 now to Leahy, and a wild pitch, which won the game for the Devil Rays last night, has allowed the Colonel runners, Rhyne from second, Trumbo from first, to advance into second and third positions. And now the infield in for the play at the plate. Infield in for the play at the plate, and a 3-1 count on Ryan Leahy. Ball 4, high and outside, and Billy Evers has walked the bases loaded here in the top of the 8th. Warner Madrigal now becomes the key man in the inning. He'll try. Warner Madrigal will try. To put some distance between the Kernels and the Devil Rays. Curve just missed on the inside corner. Ball 1 to Warner. Bases loaded, 1 out, and Billy Evers steps off the hill. Warner base it into left field for a hit. Rhyne scores. Trumbo's being waved home. Hall kicks it in left field. Mark Trumbo scores. And the Kernels lead it here in the 8th inning, 4-1. Warner Madrigal bounced it through the left side into left field, plating Rhynes from third, Trumbo from second, and the left fielder kicked it, J.T. Hall, for an error. That allowed Ryan Leahy to motor to third. And it's going to be ruled a 2-run single, at least a RBI single. I think they'll give Madrigal 2 RBIs, maybe only 1, but he makes it 4-1. Warner Madrigal hit it sharply on the ground to the left of the third baseman, into left field, driving home a pair, and it's 4-1 Kernels here in the 8th inning. Now the batter will be Larry Infante. Well, Billy Evers dug himself a hole by walking the bases loaded. Now Infante pulls the first pitch foul underneath the feet of Eric Owens. Sure enough, we have heard from Todd Brummelkamp. It was Larry Anderson who was traded by Boston to Houston for Jeff Bagwell. Thanks for that. And I'm going to open an email from Jeff Johnson that says Lopsided Trades. That's the title of it. The fine Gazette sports writer who covers the Kernels writes and says that how about the Giants? You would have figured it involves the Minnesota Twins. The Giants traded Joe Nathan to the Twins for A.J. Pierzynski, and the Giants only kept Pierzynski for 1 season. Thanks, Jeff Johnson. Let me read the trade in its entirety as ball 1 is up and away to Larry Infante. Jeff Johnson asks, how about the Giants trading Joe Nathan to the Twins, along with Francisco Liriano and Boof Bonzer, in exchange for A.J. Pierzynski. A high drive into center by Larry Infante. Back to get it, Matulia. He makes the catch, but coming home to make it 5-1 Kernels here in the 8th is Ryan Leahy. Larry Infante with his 4th RBI of the year. What a terrific job by the Kernel number 8-9 hitter in launching one deep to straightaway center. John Matulia had to scamper back to catch it. Larry Infante drives home Ryan Leahy, and the Kernels have sprung loose for 3 here in the 8th, and now lead the Devil Rays 5-1. Larry Infante with a good piece of clutch hitting. Well, thanks, Jeff Johnson, and thanks, Todd Brummelkamp, for answering my plea for greater baseball expertise here in Battle Creek. Yeah, Joe Nathan's been some closer for the Twins the last couple of years, replacing Eddie Guardado in that role. I thought the Twins, the 2 best closers I thought they had were Jeff Reardon and Rick Aguilera, but that's going back a few years, isn't it? But thanks to Jeff Johnson and thanks to Todd Brummelkamp. Todd, I also want to acknowledge, well, now Todd sent another email saying Kurt Schilling. Here's a line drive, base hit into right, past Brandon Rusev for Stacia. Holding at second is Warner Madrigal. Heinley Stacia reaches for the 2nd time today. First time since he opened the game with a walk. He lines a single into right, and down to second goes Madrigal, first and second for the Kernels, 2 away here in the 8th inning, and the 8th man to bat in this inning is Madison Edwards. Kurt Schilling was traded for Jason Grimsley. I wouldn't have remembered that. Here comes R.C. Lichtenstein. R.C. Lichtenstein, one of the most unusual names in professional baseball. He's trudging to the hill. Now here's another email saying Johan Santana, exclamation mark. Don't forget a Cy Young winner, Johan Santana. Well, I'm not sure. We'll have to talk to Todd on the phone. I'm not sure how Santana became a Minnesota Twin. But we enjoy all these emails from baseball experts Todd Brummelkamp and Jeff Johnson. Well, Southwest Michigan right-hander Eddie Dela Cruz is lifted, or Billy Evers is lifted. Evers goes 2/3 of an inning and has surrendered 3 Kernel runs on 2 base hits. Evers struck out a batter. He walked 3. The Kernels have drawn 9 walks this afternoon and lead it 5-1 here in the 8th inning. A southpaw in, Drew Bigda. We haven't seen Drew Bigda, B-I-G-D-A, yet in this series. Lefty Drew Bigda takes over as the 3rd relief pitcher on the afternoon. Bigda went to the same college as Bob Cousy, the NBA Hall of Famer, Holy Cross. Drew is a 6-foot lefty, 39th round pick by the D-Rays in 2004, 0-4 in 24 relief appearances with 2 saves with Hudson Valley last year. Drew Bigda. He's from Stamford, Connecticut. Drew Bigda. 5-1 Kernels. And Todd Brummelkamp, I wanted to acknowledge that I did receive your email about the Lansing pitching rotation. I know that's urgent, and I will give it to Bobby Magianis. Now Todd emails us about a trade that sent Sammy Sosa from the Rangers to the White Sox, I believe. That's what he's alluding to. Because I believe, well, Nolan Ryan for Jim Fregosi, and boy, you ask a baseball question, and Todd Brummelkamp will answer it along with Jeff Johnson, and he doesn't even have to use a book or a computer. I use my memory on the couple of trades I mentioned, including Bobby Abreu being traded by the Devil Rays to the Phillies for Kevin Stocker. First pitch by the lefty to Madison Edwards, left-handed batter's a strike. Now a foul off to the left. 0-2 to Madison Edwards as Bigda brings it. A check swing by Edwards, a breaking pitch in the dirt from Drew Bigda. 5-1 Kernels here in this top of the 8th inning. Edwards breaks his bat and pops it up. It's a fair ball near the first base line, and 10 feet up the first base line on the dirt running path. It's caught by the pitcher. Drew Bigda caught Madison Edwards' broken bat pop-up. It's rare that a pitcher makes a put-out unassisted, but on a pop-up, but Bigda did it, and I bet Madison Edwards' hands are writhing in stinging pain. The Kernels score 3 times in the 8th inning on 2 hits, 3 walks, a wild pitch, no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave 2 aboard and have stranded 9. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. The Kernels have a little bit of breathing room now as Ryan Aldridge will enter the game. It's the Kernels leading Southwest Michigan after 7.5, 5-1. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative. We're here for your communication needs. Internet service, telephone, and TV. As a cooperative telephone company, our members are owners who make a good team. Service second to none. South Slope Cooperative Communications.
It's unheard of. An industry first. A car and truck from the same manufacturer to win the coveted Motor Trend Car of the Year and Motor Trend Truck of the Year in the same year. And the award goes to Honda. Yes, the 2006 Honda Civic wins the Motor Trend Car of the Year, and the 2006 Honda Ridgeline wins for Motor Trend Truck of the Year. And you can find them both at Randy Kill Honda on Center Point Road Northeast. Randy Kill Honda is the home of confidence. Check out their huge selection of new inventory, including the Honda Civic Hybrid with fuel savings of up to 50 miles per gallon on the highway. You owe it to yourself to see why Motor Trend voted the Honda Civic and the Honda Ridgeline the Motor Trend Car and Motor Trend Truck of the Year for 2006. Visit Randy Kill Honda in person on Center Point Road Northeast or online at randykeel.com. Randy Kill Honda, where they treat you right.
5-1 Kernels in the bottom of the eighth in Battle Creek. And a call to the Colonel bullpen brings in Ryan Aldridge. It's sponsored by U.S. Cellular. Get your wireless relief with Call Me Minutes only from U.S. Cellular. Tim Madison went one inning, allowed no runs, no hits, struck out one, walked one, and got a double play. Ryan Aldridge, Colonel right-hander, will face the Southwest Michigan lower third, starting with Ryan Bethel. Ball one inside from Ryan Aldridge on this 54, cloudy, cool, almost cold Sunday afternoon. Aldridge is not wearing a long-sleeve shirt underneath his Colonel gray road top. Ball two is down and in to Ryan Bethel. He'll likely take a pitch or two now with the Colonels up by 4 in the bottom of the eighth inning. The hits are even at 5 apiece, but the difference in the game, the Colonels have drawn 9 walks and turned 3 double plays. Strike is in to Bethel. Ryan Bethel is a switch hitter, and he shoots it on the ground. Foul! Ooh, that ball looked fair. Foul ball, apparently. And strike 2 to Ryan Bethel. The lights have been on since the third inning here. Colonel starter Nick Adenhart gave up 1 run unearned in 6 innings on 5 hits, struck out 5, walked none. Flame-throwing 19-year-old southpaw Jake McGee for Southwest Michigan surrendered 2 runs in 4 2/3 on 1 hit, fanned 6, but walked 5. Bethel is wearing a pair of black batting gloves, and he uses a black lacquer bat, and he's even on the count, 2-2. Aldridge winds and delivers. Low and in, ball 3. Ryan Aldridge surrendered a run, but got the win Thursday night at home against the West Michigan Whitecaps. He pitched 1 inning, gave 1 run on 1 hit, struck out 2, and walked 2. The Middle Georgia College product delivers a ground ball hit hard to second. Larry Infante knocks it down. The ball lays at his glove. He barehands it, picks it up, and pegs to first to get Ryan Bethel. Ryan Bethel's nothing for 3 as he wraps out to second, and Ryan Aldridge comes back from a 2-0 count to get Ryan Bethel. And I want to thank once again Gazette sports writer Jeff Johnson, who does such an outstanding job covering the Kernels, for his emails. And a special thanks, too, to my great friend and work colleague, Todd Brummelkamp. Thanks, guys, for all of your input on those lopsided trades. It was Sammy Sosa for George Bell. George Bell did have 1 good year as a White Sox when they won the pennant in '94. But then he soured. Well, he was a kind of a sourpuss to begin with, not the kind of guy you'd want in your clubhouse. A swing and a miss by Alex Jamieson. Now a nubber to the hill. It's gloved by Ryan Aldridge, and the toss to first gets Alex Jamieson. 2 away quickly here in the Devil Ray 8th inning. A comebacker hit softly right to the base of the mound, fielded by Aldridge, and he throws out Jamieson. 2 gone here in the bottom of the 8th. 5-1 Kernels, and here's Brandon Rusev, who scored the game-winning run last night on a wild pitch in the 12th inning. Ryan Aldridge on for the 7th time out of the Colonel bullpen. First pitch swinging, Rusev pops it foul high above the Devil Ray first base dugout. Ryan has a 1-2 record with 2 saves, and a 6.43 earned run average. 22-year-old right-hander out of Jessup, Georgia, Ryan Aldridge. He delivers, and a foul into the mid of Brett Martinez makes the count 0-2 on Brandon Rusev. Madison Edwards is shifted way around into right center field. Here's the 0-2. Swing and a miss, a fastball. Brandon Rusev couldn't catch up to that heat on the outer half by Aldridge. Ryan Aldridge retires the lower third of the Devil Ray order. 1-2-3, nothing across. And as we go to the top of the 9th inning, here in Battle Creek, it's the Kernels on top of the Devil Rays, 5-1. You're enjoying Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin. You know, Hometown Restyling has served Eastern Iowans since 1986, providing the very finest in windows, siding, and sunrooms. Their experienced staff can handle the job from start to finish, including plans, permits, and inspections. Plus, Hometown Restyling is nationally recognized by Professional Remodeler, Qualified Remodeler, and Remodeling magazines. Call Hometown Restyling for your next remodeling project, or better yet, visit one of our beautiful showrooms in Hiawatha or Coralville. Hometown Restyling, because there's no place like home.
Solid Waste and Recycling Services' most valuable player is that big, sturdy cart you use to put your yard and organic debris into, Yardie. Yardie's a real workhorse when it comes to gobbling up your lawn and garden debris. You can expand its capacity by mulching your leaves and other yard debris with your lawnmower, leaf vacuum, or leaf blower. Yardie's okay swallowing up brush and branches, but he'd prefer that you bundle and tie them together and place them beside him. Remember, your Yardie can do more for you if you give him those 2 special treatments, mulching and bundling.
Your home is a place for savoring all the good things in life. It's a place for celebrations. It's a place where memories are created. To make sure your home is properly insured, visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion, your professional Pekin insurance agency. Sheets Forest Draper will give you all important details about homeowners insurance with complete coverages and surprisingly affordable rates. Visit Sheets Forest Draper in Marion for homeowners insurance for your well-lived and well-loved home.
Top of the 9th inning, and Southpaw Drew Bigda came on to get the final out of the Kernel 3-run 8th. He now faces the heart of the Kernel order and misses inside to Patrick Riley, who helped the Kernels take the lead in this game with a base hit to right in the 5th inning. Riley, left-handed batter, and Bigda misses down and away for ball 2. We'll conclude this series tomorrow evening. We'll have the South Slope Communications Triple Play Show for you at 5:10. Ball 3 has Riley jackknifing out of the way. Southwest Michigan led this game going into the 4th inning 1-0. The Kernels capitalized on 2 walks and executed a double steal to tie the game, then took the lead on a 2-out RBI single, wrapped into center by cleanup batter Jordan Renz that scored Madison Edwards. Meanwhile, Nick Adenhart induced not 1, not 2, but 3 double plays off the bat of Devil Ray hitters in his 6 innings of spotless, well, he gave up a run, unearned, 6 innings of commanding pitching. Riley swats a 3-1 pitch foul off to the left, and it's a full count to Patrick Riley. The skies are trying to clear here. We've had just a couple of brief glimpses at the sun. Fastball, and it's inside, and Patrick Riley has started the Kernel 9th by drawing a base on balls. That is the 10th walk issued by Devil Ray pitchers this afternoon. The Giants and Rockies on the State Farm Major League scoreboard are playing in the top of the 10th inning at Coors Field, tied at 2. Jordan Renz swings and misses, strike 1. The Kernel pitching has been so solid this afternoon that we haven't had, Kernan Ronan has not had to make a Mercy Medical Center heart-to-heart visit to the Hill. But had he, or if he does, it'll be brought to you by Mercy Medical Center. You owe it to yourself and the people who love you to find out what your risk of heart disease is with a $35 heart-to-heart screening from Mercy Medical Center. It's quick, easy, and convenient, and it could save your life. Ball 2 inside to Rhyne. Call Mercy Medical Center to make an appointment for a $35 heart-to-heart screening, 398-6821. Bigda delivers, and there's a high pop foul out of play to the right by Jordan Rhyne. 5-1 Kernels, top of the ninth inning. Chilly, overcast Sunday here in Battle Creek, Michigan. Here's an ironic twist to the situation here. A pitch in the dirt blocked by Jamison. He keeps it in front of him, but can't prevent Patrick Riley from dashing down to second on a wild pitch. Boy, the Kernels' base running is good, adept at just lighting out for an open base whenever there's a pitch in the dirt. And that's something that Mike Socia at the big league level wants these ball players in the minor leagues and the professional ranks to be well schooled when they get to the show, as they call it. Rhyne walks a pitch outside on a 3-2 delivery from Drew Bigda, and the first two Kernels are aboard here in the top of the ninth. The Kernels have now drawn 11 walks today. No, the ironic twist to the Battle Cats' extinction after this year, not the Battle Cats, John, the Devil Rays, the extinction of professional baseball here. There are two new professional franchises here in Battle Creek. Here's a pitch in the dirt. Skipping the rope is Brett Martinez, and advancing to third, Patrick Riley. Up to second, Jordan Rhyne. As Drew Bigda struggles with his control, he's uncorked two wild pitches in this inning. And walk two. The city of Battle Creek now hosts two other professional teams in other sports. They have an International Basketball League team here, IBL. They're playing this spring. And they also have an Indoor Football League team. They both play at the Kellogg Center. And it's ironic that they can't keep professional baseball here, but they have a minor league professional basketball team and a minor league professional Indoor Football League team. 2 balls, 1 strike to Brett Martinez with the infield in. Bigda delivers just outside a fastball. Drew stares in at the umpire, and he thinks he's being squeezed. Drew Bigda, a bow-legged, 6-foot, 195-pound lefty from Holy Cross. That's in Worcester, Massachusetts. Pop foul off to the right, runs the count full to Martinez. Worcester's halfway between Springfield and Boston. Worcester, Massachusetts. Used to be a big textile city. The payoff pitch to Brett. Ball 4, high. Drew Bigda has walked the bases full here in the top of the ninth inning. The Kernels could sew this one up if Mark Trumbo could come through with something big. And here comes R.C. Lichtenstein marching out of that first base dugout of the Devil Rays. Well, that'll give us a chance to get you revved up about the upcoming 8-game Kernel homestand. It starts this Saturday night against the South Bend Silverhawks, a 5 o'clock start. 5 o'clock this Saturday. And then Sunday, a week from today, the gates open at 1. It's the first of our family fun Sundays at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It'll be Viola Gibson Elementary School Day at the ballpark a week from today. And the Sunday Family Fun Day, this coming Sunday, the 30th of April, will feature popcorn for only $1. The Kernels and a new promotion will be on the field before the game from 1:20 to 1:40 to sign autographs. Strike one in to Mark Trumbo. And then Velocity Sports Performance sponsors running the bases after the game. You can also play catch on the field after the ball game next Sunday. Ball 1 outside, 1-1 to the Kernel number 6 hitter, Mark Trumbo. Riley, Rhyne, and Martinez have all drawn walks. With nobody out, the Kernels have loaded the bases. Swinging a foul by Mark. He had a good cut at that one. He's in the hole 1-2. "402 feet to dead center here. A dark green 16-foot high wall with a yellow stripe on the top. The lefty works from the stretch and delivers, and a swing and a miss by Mark Trumbo. Mark was fooled a bit on a fastball low and outside. He didn't get it, and he strikes out for the first out here in the 9th inning. We need a big blow now from Ryan Leahy, who walked and scored in the Kernel 3-run 8th inning. Top of the 9th, 5-1 Kernels here in Battle Creek. A high pop foul behind home plate, out of play by Ryan Leahy. Man, I hope there's a place in the big leagues for Ryan Leahy, but if there isn't, I just hope he stays involved in organized baseball in some way, whether it be at the amateur or professional level. He's such a good guy with great instincts. He's got natural leadership ability. The 1-1, low and away, ball 2. I've said it before, I'm old enough, I wish I could adopt Leahy as my son. He's that good of a kid, you'd be very proud to have him carry the family name. From Boston College, a high pop foul. This will be chased by Brandon Rusev down the right field line. It drops at the feet in foul ground of the right fielder, Garrett Gross. Garrett Gross was the man that got closest to it, dashing to his left into foul ground, and it landed on the grass between the crushed limestone, the gray crushed limestone warning track material, and the line. It's 2-2 to Ryan Leahy. Riley at third, Renz at second, Martinez at first. Infield at double play depth. Actually, they're playing in at the corners for the Devil Rays, and double play depth up the middle. Leahy swings at a changeup and misses, strike 3. 2 gone here in the 9th inning. The Kernels unable to deliver so far a knockout blow to Southwest Michigan. Ryan upset with himself for chasing that changeup in the dirt. He kind of got himself out. And now Warner Madrigal, who came through with a big 2-out, 2-run single his last time up, will try to pick up both Trumbo and Leahy, who struck out. Ball 1 just high to Warner Madrigal from Drew Bigda. Cardinals have an outfielder named Larry Big B. This is Drew Bigda. Ball 2 jets down and into Madrigal. Warner sometimes wears his Colonel Red Sox up high. This afternoon, you can't see them. He's wearing his pants down low. Swing and a tipped foul, and it's strike 1 to Madrigal. 2 balls, 1 strike to the Colonel number 8 hitter. His 2-run single in the 8th inning were his 3rd and 4th runs driven into the year. Bases still loaded, 2 out. Ball 3 downstairs, and now no wiggle room for lefty Drew Bigda. He has to throw a strike to Warner Madrigal, or he faces the prospect of walking his 4th man of the inning. And he does just that. Madrigal drives home Riley as Warner took low, ball 4. It's now the Colonel 6 and Southwest Michigan 1. Warner Madrigal draws the 4th walk of the inning. Nothing doing in the Devil Ray right field bullpen. Monday night is a $1 Dog Monday. Hot dogs are only $1 at Veterans Memorial Stadium. It's Nurses Recognition Night as the Kernels host the Silverhawks in Game 3 of a 4-game series. Hot dogs are only $1 on Monday night. Ball 1 is low to Infante. Now Larry squirts the pitch foul into the net, strike 1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Larry Infante. Renz at third, Martinez at second, Madrigal at first, and the lefty pours in a strike at strike 2 to Larry Infante. 6-1 Kernels here in the top of the 9th. There's ball 2 way low. from Drew Bigda, who's working from the stretch, wearing a long-sleeve dark green shirt underneath his Southwest Michigan black knit top. Change up in the dirt, ball 3. Well, now the count's full to Larry Infante, the number 9 hitter. Capped the Colonel 3-run 8th with a sacrifice fly to center that drove home Ryan Leahy. The runners go, and a pitch corked foul outside first on one hop, backhanded by Ryan Hughes. We'll do it again. Bases loaded, 3-2. The runners go, and a swing and a miss by Larry Infante. 4 walks in the inning and 3 strikeouts. And the Kernels score 1 run on no hits, no Southwest Michigan errors. The Kernels leave the bases jammed and have left 12 on the afternoon. We go to the bottom of the 9th inning. Kernels 6, Devil Rays 1. You're listening to Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one. Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino? You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, a pasta makes you Zio. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? Hey, my hair is my trademark. I gotta be able to count on a good cut and stuff to keep my hair looking thick, even if it's not.
I get a good cut, no long wait, a smile, and a little something left over in my wallet.
I get little trims that keep my hair long and healthy, and stuff to make it loose and curly one day, straight and sassy the next.
With expert stylists trained in the latest trends and techniques and your favorite professional styling and hair care products, you'll always get what you're looking for at Cost Cutters. At Cost Cutters, you can always count on convenient, affordable, professional care and products that help you create just the style you want. At Cost Cutters, you'll always get a little more.
What do I get at Cost Cutters? A slick, clean cut, great highlights, and a little wink from the hottest stylist I've ever seen.
What you're looking for, just yourself.
Now the sun's trying to shine again as we go to the bottom of the 9th inning. The Kernels lead it 6-1. Ryan Aldridge came in and retired the side in order in the bottom of the 8th inning. Top of the order in the bottom of the 9th for Southwest Michigan. John Matulia led off the 6th with a base hit, but then was erased in the 3rd double play turned by the Kernels. That was with starter Nick Adenhart on the hill. Aldridge fires a strike in to John Matulia. Now a swing and a miss as Ryan blistered a fastball. It tailed away from the left-handed batter. Strike 2. Bottom of the 9th, 6-1 Kernels. Trying to win their 10th game of the year in 17. His ball club stumbled out of the gate at 1-4. The sun shining now brightly, and the skies starting to clear as Matulia stays alive, poking one foul in the air off to the left. Big gap in right center as Madison Edwards is shifted way around into the left center field alley for John Matulia. Swing and a miss. He couldn't catch up to a breaking pitch, a backdoor slider, and one away here in the 9th inning. 6-1 Kernels. Neil Walton, right-handed batter. Bounced into a 4-6-3 double play his last time up. Swing and a miss by Walton, strike 1. Ryan Aldridge is unloading gas, heat, aspirin tablets. He's throwing hard. The 0-1 to the shortstop. Fastball outside, ball one. Skeeter Barnes coaching beyond the third base box at third. And Brady Williams at first. Brady, the son of former big league manager Jimmy Williams. Neil Walton 0 for 3 today. Takes a slider for strike 2 called. If the Kernels can hold on here this afternoon, it would up their season road record to an impressive 6-4. Aldridge ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, delivers. Breaking ball taken outside by Neil Walton, hitting 188. Now a fastball is cut on and swung on and missed. That's strike 3, and Neil Walton fans, that's 3 strikeouts in a row for Ryan Aldridge. Ryan Aldridge has struck out the last 3 Devil Ray hitters, and he's on the verge of helping the Kernels bag a win here. The Kernels have only 5 hits, but have drawn, well, let's see, 11 or 12 walks. I'll have to double check on that. Yes, the Kernels have drawn 12 walks here. No. 13 walks issued by Devil Ray pitchers. 13 walks. A ball outside, now a strike to J.T. Hall. Nothing shaking in the bottom of the ninth for Southwest Michigan, and Ryan Aldridge hopes to keep it quiet and quell J.T. Hall to get this final out. Hall is 1 for 3 today. Left-handed hitter. Swings late and misses. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Ryan Aldridge is trying to finish this game with a flourish and strike out the side. Ryan is throwing effortlessly here in the 9th inning. Hall in the hole, 1-2. Takes high and away a fastball. Sun shining brightly. Base is empty. 2 out, bottom of the 9th. Kernels up by 5, 6-1. Strike 3 called, and Ryan Aldridge does do that. He finishes with a flurry and mows down the top 3 in the Devil Ray order on strikes in the 9th inning. 4 strikeouts for Ryan Aldridge in succession. A perfect 2 innings for the Kernel right-hander, and the Kernels have won it 6-1 to take a 2-games-to-1 lead in this series. Ryan Aldridge with 4 straight strikeouts. Nick Adenhart is now 3-0 on the year. He wins it, and the Kernels are ahead in the series 2-games-to-1, winning here today under very cold, cool conditions, 6-1. Totals, highlights, and more coming your way next on the Kernel Curtain Call here on the Kernel Radio Network.
It's time for the Kernel's Curtain Call. Now, with a game recap, a complete look at the State Farm scoreboard, and a look ahead to upcoming action, let's rejoin the voice of the Kernel, John Rogers.
Well, thank you very much. We're back here at C.O. Brown Stadium, where the Kernels are walking happily and merrily into their third base dugout with handshakes completed and a victory bestowed, a 6-1 triumph here this afternoon. Welcome back to Battle Creek, Michigan, where Nick Adenhart locked horns with a fellow 19-year-old, a lefty, Jake McGee, and it was everything it was billed to be. Nick Adenhart, who I mentioned earlier this morning, manager Bobby Magallanes said, John, I've been with this Angel organization 5 years, and you know the quality of young pitchers we've had and are developing, but he said Nick Adenhart is tops. And I asked Bobby why, and he said because of his command, his pinpoint accuracy. And Nick Adenhart shined again on this cool, dark Sunday afternoon. The sun now finally shining. Adenhart pitched 6 innings and allowed only 1 run. It was unearned on 5 hits, struck out 5 and walked none in leading the Kernels to a 6-1 triumph. Nick's record now 3-0. The only run the Devil Rays scored off Nick Adenhart was in the second inning. A pair of singles by Rhyne, Hughes, and Matt Spring. A pass ball charge to Brett Martinez allowed Ryan Hughes to go from second to third on a base hit into right by Matt Spring, and then Ryan Bethel wrapped into a Heinley Stacia to Mark Trumbo double play. It went 6-3. On that double play, Ryan Hughes scored the only run of the afternoon for Southwest Michigan. The Kernels, though, had their hands full with lefty Jake McGee. The Kernels had runners in each of the first 2 innings but couldn't score. McGee finally surrendered his 4th walk of the afternoon to Madison Edwards. It came with 2 out in the 5th inning. Then he had to leave the game. He left the game, and Patrick Riley greeted Eddie Dela Cruz with the base hit to right. Madison Edwards was running on the play. He went to third, and then he scored the go-ahead run in this game on a Jordan Renz 2-out RBI single into center. That plated Madison Edwards. The Kernels had tied the game in the 4th inning on a pair of walks and a double steal executed by Brett Martinez and Mark Trumbo. They took the lead on the Renz RBI single in the 5th and led it 2-1. It remained a tight game until the 8th inning. That's when reliever Billy Evers came on, and Evers had a tough time walking Jordan Renz to start the inning. It was one of 13 walks issued to the Kernels today. After Brett Martinez struck out, Mark Trumbo walked. Leahy walked to load the bases. Madrigal made it 4-1 with a 2-run single into left field, scoring Renz and Trumbo. And then Larry Infante capped the 3-run 8th inning with a sacrifice fly to center, and the Kernels led it after 7.5, 5-1. They added a run on 4 walks issued by Drew Bigda in the 9th inning and won it 6-1. Tim Madison pitched a scoreless 7th when the score was 2-1 Kernels. Madison pitched a scoreless 7th, and then Ryan Aldridge came on and was untouchable in the 8th and 9th. Aldridge, 2 innings pitched, no hits, no runs, struck out the last 4 Devil Ray hitters he faced and walked none. Here's the final line score. The Kernels 6 runs, 5 hits, 1 error, left 12. Southwest Michigan 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error. They left just 2 men aboard. Nick Adenhart ups his record to 3-0. He's the winner. The loser, Jake McGee, the lefty, is 1-3. We'll have to find out the attendance. We don't have it as of now. And let's see, the time of game was 2 hours and 22 plus 23 equals 2 hours and 45 minutes. 6-1 Kernels. We'll return. Our next segment of the Kernel Curtain Call will highlight our PRC play of the game. This is Kernel Baseball on the Kernel Radio Network.
Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to the ballpark every Wednesday this season. You heard right. Fairfax State Savings Bank is paying you to come to Veterans Memorial Stadium every Wednesday this season. The first 750 of you Kernel fans to enter the gates before Wednesday's home game will receive an envelope full of money inside from Fairfax State Savings Bank. Each of those 750 envelopes will contain a greenback up to a $100 bill. Fairfax State Savings Bank, free money Wednesdays. Come early to line your pocket with cash.
There's a lot you can do to satisfy your taste for Italian. You can marry one.
Do you, Susan Smith, take Giuseppe Florentino?
You can drive one. Or you can go to Zio Giano's and feast on Zio's homemade bread, pizzas, and pasta, authentically prepared as Zio Giano's famous Italian style. Zio Giano's for the hometown taste of Italy.
Come to Zio Giano's, a pasta makes you zero. Come to Zio Giano's for real Italiano. Come to Zio Giano's, the pasta.
John Rogers reporting back from C.O. Brown Stadium. We're on a cool, cloudy Sunday afternoon. The Kernels whipped Southwest Michigan behind Nick Adenhart 6-1. PRC, the former Access Direct in Cedar Rapids, is now proud to present our PRC play of the game. If you're looking for a job where you'll be a part of an amazing team that cares for your needs and gives you the ability to grow, visit PRC.com. That website again, www.prcnet.com. That's where you'll learn about an amazing team that cares for your needs and gives you the ability to grow. And you'll also see the Life Essentials benefit package that PRC is happy to share with you. Competitive pay and flexible schedule, casual dress code, medical, dental, vision, and pet insurance, part of the Life Essentials benefit package at PRC. Visit PRC at prc.net. Excuse me, that's wrong, at prcnet.com. PRC, a job at PRC is a job you'll love. With the Kernels leading 2-1 in the bottom of the sixth inning, Nick Adenhart surrendered a leadoff single to John Matulia. Tying run at first, nobody out, bottom of the sixth, and that brought Neil Walton to the plate. Let's now enjoy our PRC play of the game.
To take 2 of 3 from Oakland. Walton spanks it to second, and Infante flips to second out. Stasia's throw to first for a double play. I did not think that Walton hit it hard enough for Larry Infante to start a twin killing, but he did. It went Infante to Stasia to Trumbo 4-6-3.
And that's why we chose it as our PRC play of the game, because the tying run was erased.